Yeah, you don't want your hands to not work. How are you doing this fine morning anyways? This fine... I say morning. What time is... I guess it's morning for you as well, technically. Technically, it's morning. $1:45. Dedication to the cause, my friend. Go through your voice exercises. I respect it. I respect it. It's so exciting. I'm nervous. It is really not often I get to close out stories. So this will be interesting. Okay. You know, the final session is 1000% more important than the starting one. Lots of pressure to leave an impression. Yeah? Yep. The first one you can almost put into the player's hands. They're excited to play with their new toys, and they shall play with their new toys. Can confirm, yeah. So yeah, it's like, well, perhaps it's a conversation for another day, but nevertheless. But once this is over, we will slowly and eventually get into the next one. Tales of Almiri, Kingbreaker. I was working on a little bit of an overlay last night. Still a little bit stuck on how I want to do certain things with it, but the general feel of it I'm enjoying. Yeah. I did show Marco. Marco was the only person who's seen it. He's my artistic expert when it comes to things like that. Oh yes. Bear with me one moment. I want to I'll just quickly get something up. Okay, I want to show you something without giving away the name. I don't think I can. Okay, no. It's not going to work. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that includes Kingbreaker, with the preface title of Tales of Almiri. So the first one is Tales of Almiri Kingbreaker. The one after that is something else, and then there's a list of many more. So I have a lot of plans for Tales of Almiri. It's going to be a busy year for Almiri, I think. Exciting times indeed. We'll be able to explore some interesting things, I think. And the good thing about these is that I can, like, because they're a little bit more structured, I can prepare them. I think Kingbreaker is actually the least structured one of these that I would probably make, because there's a lot of choice for you guys to make. But again, conversation for another day. We'll see how that all unfolds and comes out on stream and for the party. It'll be interesting to see. But yes, lots of plans for Tales of Almiri. Okay, just making sure I've got all my screens ready to go. Seriously, I can't state enough how much I appreciate the way you can almost freeform your world around the plays and keep it living. I appreciate that. A lot of effort goes into it for sure. Mostly mental. A lot of it doesn't need to be put down on paper or anything. I mean, obviously notes are useful, but there's certain events that are going to sort of ripple throughout the different campaigns. I think Kingbreaker is one of them, as perhaps, you know, if it all goes according to plan, you can perhaps imagine. But I think even within the main campaigns, there's going to be some rippling effects. And the first, I know you guys didn't get to experience it because you were there for Almiri's Lament, but the events of the Ravenport, the crystal being destroyed, that was a cool little experiment, if you want to call it that. Almost took you out along with Audie, yeah. Yep. I'm not scared to drop nukes on my players. Just ask Ruins. I think the damage for the moon explosion was, God, I want to say 10d12, but I could be wrong. Off the top of my head. 20 points from an insta-kill. Whew. Close. Nearly had you. I'll get you one day. I'm joking, of course. It is not my goal to kill my players. Fight a hit die. It's just a flesh wound with your head hanging off to the side. Morning. 3 hours of sleep? I said I would appreciate you being here, but damn, Marco. The VOD is going to be there for you if you need to sleep. Don't worry. I prefer you to sleep than to watch the stream. Call me selfish and all. You are. You are. And for whatever reason, you seem to have taken a liking to my little world, so I appreciate that as well. Thanks back to the last Almiri's Lament game. Are you sure you're not trying to kill us? I'm not trying to kill you. The NPCs are trying to kill you. I just embody them. Alvania is amazing. I appreciate that. I think it's awful. I would not want to live there. Exactly. The DM is friend. I friend. NPCs, not friend. Evil, in fact. Some are evil. I mean, you have some good ones out there. Some. Oh boy. We're nearly there. 4 minutes. I think there's like, I am often nervous before games, but this is the most nervous I've been. The nerves I usually feel are I'm accustomed to them now, so it's almost like they're not there. I feel them, but they barely affect how I actually feel. I can imagine I'm going to fumble some of my words more so than usual, but we'll see. Maybe I'll pull it off. We'll see. So exciting. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited, of course. It's just, you know, as I said before, I'm not used to I'm not used to, like, what's the word? Closing out stories. Generally in D&D you start this great adventure and then it just fizzles out. And I was hoping that getting into this more serious stuff, professional, if you want to call it that, DMing, I would get the opportunity to flex those muscles a little bit, and we're here. The one of many, I hope. So I'm excited, nervous, a little sad, but excited. You're gonna do awesome. Thank you. This is my entertainment while I paint. What are you painting? Yeah, listen to stream elements. Just, you know, just if you wanna. Secrets? Ooh. Painting secrets. Interesting. I hope I will get to see secrets. I like just seeing people's art. Oh, it's 8. Right. Thank you. This is probably the last time I will have any form of direct interaction with any of you other than maybe typing lol into the chat. So apologies in advance. Presumingly that you have to say something funny for me to say lol into the chat. But nevertheless, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the finale of Order of Mamoru. Enjoy your painting, enjoy your chill, enjoy watching, and welcome in. I'll see you on the other side.
Hello there.
Hello
Adam.
there. Yes.
Hello there.
Hello, Adam.
Hello. Okay. How exciting. Let me just move this over here. Let me turn this music off. How's everyone doing today?
Pretty good, pretty alright.
Pretty all right. That's what I like to hear.
Same here. Can't complain.
Good, good.
I'm okay. Woke up half an hour ago, that's all. Ugh.
Nice.
Same.
Nice.
Go to bed at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I've been shifting my schedule around a little bit. It's been working out good.
Huh? Oh
But
no,
here I am.
I'm just broke my sleep schedule. I've been staying up like all night. I'll sleep for like 3 hours, go to work, sleep for like 5 or so, and then do it all again. It's fun.
Good time.
Good times.
Alrighty. Let's dive right in. Right on in. We've got everyone here, I think. Unless
Looks like
everyone has gone.
I haven't heard Paula or Ziggy yet.
Hi.
I heard
I
Ziggy
heard
before.
Ziggy.
Yeah.
Said something.
All right. In that case, I think that's everyone. Yeah.
Do we have our rice here with us?
Yeah.
Oh, you sound happy as ever.
Oh yeah. I mean, I actually woke up 2 hours ago, but that's fucking early.
Oh man, yeah, that's like me waking up. I woke up 2 hours ago, but I thrive in that shit.
It's not like I went to sleep early either.
Oh dear. Okay.
Like,
Well,
kind of waking up super early all week.
After today, you'll no longer, unless obviously your personal life calls for it, you'll no longer have your Saturday early wake up call. So.
Yeah, it's whatever. I've been waking up early all week for some reason. I went to the fucking office yesterday at 7 in the morning.
Ugh.
There's no one there.
Lights are all turned off.
Well, I'm surprised they let me in.
Alrighty, so welcome to the finale. Let us just get back into it. Let us get straight into it. As the fire in the camp begins to crackle and burn, as it slowly diminishes at this point, the older gentleman that sits there telling the tale looks through the flames of the fire. And so the Order found themselves with their backs against the wall. They had done what they could. They respected the command of their daimyo. They headed to the hospital and, for all intents and purposes, did what was asked of them. They found their way through, gathered the daimyo's friend, along with a smaller one, little Suji, and brought them to the temple of Mamoru, where the blade still sits in the center of the room, and the daimyo stands alone. Our Order take their position right upon the roof, keeping an eye out watching the rest of them. This would be a great end. An honorable end. And as we focus upon the order in the Temple of Mamoru, I was about to say you can move your tokens wherever you want, but you can't see your tokens. So I will quickly move it over. There we go. If you want to move your tokens wherever you would place yourself, Rice, I've got you on the roof, but you can imagine that it's a multi-tiered rooftop, and you can move yourself wherever you want to, basically up to the center of it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be round about the center, looking out, but do we have any indication on the direction of where they might be coming, or no? I think not.
Yeah, just as a slight reminder, there was a sort of dim light coming from the east that you were able to garner and see. You couldn't see the origin of it. You could just see the dim light through the through the trees.
So in that case, actually, I will be probably a bit closer there and watching that direction.
Okay. Looks like Darshana, you take a position next to Suji. Is there? I just don't have a little token for him. That's all. So you're taking a position near Suji and Akuma, yeah?
Yep. She's gonna
Alrighty.
be poking her head around that door, but trying to stay somewhat out of the way.
Fair. And what do the rest of you wish to do?
It's outside the door, waiting
Alright.
for anything that decides to break.
Can I
its way
hold a
door.
bonus action?
What is your bonus action to hold?
To throw a spiritual weapon at anything that looks hostile that comes in.
So, when holding a spell, it's usually something that you have to release before your next turn in combat. Otherwise, it goes to waste, and you would use the spell slot.
Right. I'll just wait then.
Yeah.
Bonus action's not too long anyway.
I would say you're not in a position to be quote unquote surprised, so it's easily sorted that if you were wanting to use spiritual weapon as combat kicks off, I would allow that. And if anyone else has any preparations they want to make in terms of any sort of spells or a positional preparation or whatever it might be, then of course do let me know.
Well, I guess if we are getting free round, I would have my crossbow out.
Good, yeah.
Loaded, ready.
Mm-hmm. Easily done.
And I'll call out to the others. There seems to be some light coming from the east. Can't see anything else yet.
I'm going to, oh yeah, thank you. I'm going to assume that everyone else's silence means that they are happy with...
Other than, yeah, I was gonna say other than having or sort out, Leland is just gonna be standing at the very forefront of the door, just outside of it, waiting for anything to come on.
Okay, and what you want them to do with Anda?
Anda kind of just floating above, out of the way, make
Okay.
sure nothing's doing anything. Kind of similar thing as Rice.
Okay. Just keeping an eye out.
Exactly.
Cool. With that said, after a moment, after a few minutes, a wind takes to the woods, and right as you look out, the trees begin to wave.
Is Natsu supposed to be on the map?
Sorry?
Natsu was supposed to be here, I think.
Yeah, pretty sure. Because
Yeah, I
she
don't
was
see it on the
standing
map
next
at
to
all.
Daniel.
I'm confused.
So when we arrived here last session, you said that the daimyo was here with Natsu.
The tiefling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't find her token.
Yeah, I noticed you said he was alone in the temple. I was like, no, I just didn't want to say anything.
Oh. Uh, she was hidden.
Well, there.
I was like, where is she? Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, she is here. As the wind begins to blow through the trees and the trees waver side to side, Reist, as you look out, as you look out, there is a somewhat discomfort that lies upon you. You can't see anything, but you hear what could only be described as wings flapping as you look out, and as you take a moment. From behind the trees does rise a large creature. A creature that does have wings. It has four legs as it sort of lifts up and they dangle beneath it. And this is what you see. As the thorned three-pronged tail dangles behind it, and the sort of hair that crawls to the back. You recognize this from its description as a gore drinker, something that you don't know much about in terms of your teachings, but roll a Arcana check and we'll see what interaction you may have had with any in the past. Oh yeah. Balshor just trying to be strong.
My D&D Beyond's being weird. Like, my dice are off center.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
As you look at it, you know this creature to be something that can interact and actually exist within the material plane and the ethereal plane. They are souls and beings and creatures between two planes. They're dangerous because if you are to get into melee with them, even just stabbing them can be a danger to the attacker, as they're sort of their barbed hide and just parts of their skin can be a danger if you get up close and personal. So certainly something worth staying away from in that sense.
All right. So
But with that said, I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
whatever.
Oh, I don't like the sound of
Oh
that.
no. Fucking machine gun of initiatives. That's not scary.
Rice, you were holding an attack, right?
Yeah, and also just to mention, I love how I was on the roof and told everyone that they're probably coming from the east, and nobody went to that door.
There is no
And I
door
had
on the east. There is a window.
Oh, it's not a door? Oh,
it's a
okay. I
window.
thought it was a door. I see. Well,
But nevertheless, Rice, if you want to roll your attack, it will be with advantage, and you will get your sneak attack.
all right. I will definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because why not? Attack with advantage,
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
and I need to roll sneak attack. just check if this macro is correct. 5d6. Yes. Okay, actually. Gotta roll damage and sneak attack.
28 points of damage as the crossbow goes off. You strike it in the shoulder and it dips below the tree line for a second and brings itself back up as it looks hurt, as blood begins to drip from the wound. With that said, you are first as it comes back round, and you are able to reload the crossbow pretty quickly. It's now your actual turn if you want to take that.
I'll shout again. Yes, definitely from the east. The Gordring guy. If anyone doesn't know, don't get too close. It's spiky. Let me think. I'm definitely not running at him, but I do want to move potentially. So I will try to insightful fighting and shoot.
Okay.
So that will be my insight against deception.
That's a -1 on its deception.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it didn't hit a 25 then.
Nope. When I say -1, I mean it rolled a -1.
Oh.
So
Right. I get an attack. I hope it.
a 12 actually just hits.
Oh, fascinating. Apparently these are awful. Okay. My damage is not great either, but I get sneak, and I get a buffed sneak, so.
Whew. That's a good buffed sneak.
Is that?
As
That is more than the last time.
Yeah. As you let the second bolt release, once again hit it in the other shoulder as it begins to struggle flying. It's looking hurt.
I'm gonna like move myself onto the other side of the roof so
Okay.
that I'm not in direct kind of,
Yeah.
ranged attack. I'll hide behind something on the roof.
Yeah,
like
as
on
I
the-
say, it's like multi-tiered, so you've got the
Yeah.
roof and then there's like another roof on top of that and another roof on top of that. So at the moment, you're probably in a position where you could hide behind the second tier of roofing.
Yeah.
If you wanted to use your
Yeah,
bonus
something
action.
like that. Well, I already used it on the insightful
Oh,
fight.
yeah, sorry.
So I just want to get the break line of sight and not get shot.
Fair.
That's it.
Alrighty. After your turn, over to the east, crawling out of the river. As you... Oh, none of you can actually see this. They are going to get to the window as this...
Would Tana be able to see it through the window?
Sorry?
Would she be able to see it through the window since she's standing directly across from it?
You sound very different today.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Much better.
It's okay. They are out. You saw them go past the window, but where they are currently is covered from your line of sight.
Okay.
And they are going to look through the window, and I think they're going to straight up do this.
I can see him.
You
I
can.
see him through the window. Yeah, I can see him through the window. I see you.
Hello.
How do
Is
I
that,
want to?
is that a grandpa?
It is a more of a plagued necrotic gnome that comes to the window. With that said, let's see who this is going to hit. That is going to be a hit on Ziggy, Netsu, and Balshor. I need you all to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Natsu gets my +3.
Okay. Which might be helpful. Let's have a look. Okay, with the +3, she rolls a 14, which allows her to save. Ziggy and Netsu take 15 points of lightning damage. Ziggy, I guess you are resistant,
I am resistant to lightning.
so that is reduced to a further 7. And Balshor, you take 30 points of lightning as this bolt of lightning crashes through the window, tears it apart, tears apart some of the wall on the other side, and everyone in between is struck by this bolt of lightning.
It's a spell, yeah?
It is a spell.
Then Netsu also, because of my aura, she gets resistance to it as well.
Resistance? Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, the resistance to
Nice.
all. So
Double
she'll
auras
take-
for
That's just
Netsu.
part of your aura? Jesus
I mean, you have to be within 10 feet of me, so
All
Still.
paladins get multiple
Yeah.
aura stuffs.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Paladin bullshit.
It's great.
Paladins are fun.
Indeed. Oh, 100%.
With that said, that is going to be the end of the gnome's turn. Another creature crawls out of the river. This time, though none of you can really see it, it is a almost this sort of orcish individual who comes sprawling out and is going to cast. Actually, let's get them some vision first on someone. Is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. I know. And is going to cast it near Kiyoshi. As this curved blade appears and strikes towards Kiyoshi, missing as Kiyoshi dodges out the way quite quickly and is able to move out the way of any threat. It is then going to... actually, that's the bonus action. It's then going to cast Sacred Flame on Kiyoshi as well. So it's going to be a dex save for... Oops. Oh, he fails.
With the +3,
With the +3.
but still have damage.
Uh,
No,
No, I
it's
don't.
not half damage because it's not my aura that gives the magic resistance.
Oh, it's Ziggy's aura? Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, I see.
Mine just makes it so you can't be feared.
so that's 7 points of radiant damage to Kiyoshi as the flame ignites his feet and dissipates. It is over to Leovander, who actually has a decent initiative.
For once.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because from here at least, I don't know if she would be able to see it, but I'm assuming not. The giant gore drinker thingy. However, obviously it would have been heard from Rice. I'm thinking move down this way and I can see it. Heck yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit difficult to see through the trees, but
Okay, but it's too far away for me to do anything.
I mean, you have a longbow, right?
No,
Oh. Awkward.
I do. I'm a little bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
So unfortunately can't do anything from there. But what I can do is curse. Damned beast. And move back inside to my original position where I can see this dude, little gnome man, through the window.
Mm-hmm.
And do believe it's a bonus action? Yes, it is. Bonus action. Let's go with a second level Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
It's going to be.
So, Hail of Thorns specifically works when you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack.
Yep, and I have birds that counts as ranged weapon attack.
Yes, they do. That they do.
So yeah, we're doing a little bit of a whistle
Uh-huh.
on the gnome creature thing that I can see, and see if I can't hit these little shits. By the way, Hail of Thorns is a dex save of 14.
All right. Let me roll that.
That's to
Does that hit both
the-
of them?
They do both have to roll for if they. Okay, hold on. In addition to the normal effect of the attack, the target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet must make
Yeah.
a dex save.
So that is a 13 on the orc,
Okay, he
and
fails.
on the gnome it was a 21.
Gnome definitely is fine. Gnome takes half damage of 2d10 and orc takes full damage.
Okay.
Let me roll the attack for the gnome really quick. And
That
then
is 9 points of damage from the birds alone as they begin to envelop his area, pecking away, and then as the birds begin to tear away, it's almost as if, like, not that they explode, but these feathers just begin to shoot off from their bodies and begin to pierce the bodies of these two individuals. So if you want to roll your damage for the Hail of Thorns,
there.
you might need to do it manually.
Yeah, I think it should go like that.
There we
Yeah.
go. So 12 points to the orc, and then 6 points, an extra 6 points to the gnome. As I say, these feathers just begin to fire off and pierce the bodies. Now they're just sort of sat there with these feathers sticking out of their bodies. Anything else on your turn, Leovander?
Again, calling down those verbs and which to see if I can get some extra damage. Once again, targeting the gnome because he's the only one I can see. And that's a miss.
That 8 is indeed a miss, yeah.
Alrighty. Do believe. Yep, I have to hit them. That's fine.
Coolio. All right, that is over to Ziggy, and I guess just to paint a little picture now, there is no, although there was a window there is no window there now due to the lightning bolt. So if you really wanted to move through that space, you could.
Okay. Just trying to figure out what the play is here. Yeah. So, seeing as he shot lightning at me, I'm going to shoot lightning at him with my breath weapon. It's a DC save of 13, a Dex DC save.
Dex.
Yeah.
That is. Whew. He's dexterous. 18.
All right. So then he'll only take half of this.
Can you hit both of them with your breath weapon?
Isn't it like a line or cone?
Yeah, it's a line.
Yeah. I mean, if the other one's in it, sure, but I can't see the other one from where I'm at.
That's fine. So he takes 6 points. Let's see. How long is the line? Oh, that is not a line.
It's
Like 60
30
feet,
feet.
isn't it?
It's
Oh,
30.
30. Okay.
It's 30.
For a normal dragon, it's 60,
You
I
would
think.
you would have to move up at least a square to get to him.
Like right here, or right here.
Yeah, like there. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll move there and do it.
And then at which point you can probably see the other orc and get him in the
Yeah.
area. So you'd be able to get them both. So I'll quickly roll the dex save on this guy, who apparently wasn't the greatest or the most dexterous before, and he isn't now with a 3. So takes the full 13 points of damage. So yeah, as you just open your mouth, the bolt of lightning just tears across the ground towards the enemies as they both get struck by it, though the other sort of hitting the wall and ducking behind it for a bit of cover. The orc is struck by it as he stands in the open. Anything else?
So I'm trying to figure out. No, for right now, that'll be it for me.
Alrighty.
You respectfully. But you will die.
With that said, Darshana, as you're stood next to Suji,
Yeah?
Oh no.
Oh no.
you see Akuma stand up and just stare at you.
Akuma?
A smile crawls across his face. And he walks from behind the separator. And he's going to stand by the daimyo. And he is going to attempt to reach for it. However,
Oh, the sword?
The sword.
Yeah.
The daimyo, however, is in a position where he was constantly holding his action to attack anyone who goes for the sword. And that includes his friend, and is going to attempt to do so. As he utilizing a large blade, he's going to swing for his friend. The first attack, Akuma shows great agility as he just steps sideways out of the way. And the daimyo looks to him and says, "What are you doing?" "Why?" As Akuma reaches for the blade and grabs it. As he holds onto the blade, he begins to shake, and this darkness begins to escape from him, sort of projecting out of his chest. And that is Akuma and his turn. Over to the Gore Drinker. It's going to use its action to fly around the building. At which point it is flying downwards, so it actually wouldn't even it probably wouldn't even see Riced on top of the building as it flies down. Maybe it's like 10 foot off the ground. And then it sees Leovander. It's used its action to get to where it is now, so it can't do anything else. But it looks at you in this sort of toothy, bloody grin, smiles as the teeth crawl up to its ears, and it snarls in your direction, Leovander.
She snarls right back.
I wouldn't expect anything less. Kiyoshi's going to look to you, Darshana, and then look to Akuma, and is going to attempt to shove, I guess, Akuma. So that'll be a contested rule. With strength beyond comprehension, as Kiyoshi goes to push Akuma, Akuma just stands his ground, not even moving a muscle, as this black shadow continues to project from him. It's almost creating and conjuring the shape in the room itself as he does so. Another orc jumping across the river. That's basically going to be his turn. Okay. The shadow, as it forms and conjures in the room, it creates this entity, this being, this creature that none of you have ever seen in your lifetime. As Akuma grasps onto the blade, and this shadow is almost conjuring from the blade into Akuma and out. It conjures the form of a dragon. As this blackened, shadowy dragon forms in the room. it as it projects this shadowy breath from its mouth. I am going to need Leovander, Balshor, Netsu to make dexterity saving throws once again, please.
Alright, so Netsu's still within 10 feet of me.
Yep, so she gets my +3 and his resistance. Well, if it's a spell, I guess.
Okay. Let me roll that. Ziggy, not Ziggy, sorry, Balshor, what did you roll?
16.
Okay. That is a failure. Netsu also fails. But is resistant, right?
Yes.
And Leovander, you rolled a 25.
Yeah.
So Leovander and Netsu, you take 27 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Ah, no.
Balshor, you take 54 points of necrotic damage.
I'm down.
As the form of Balshor is enveloped in this shadowy aura, as it tears across the ground, over the platform and in through the temple. You see the form of Balshor fall limp to the ground. And with that said, Darshana, as the form of the dragon begins to lift, maybe he's 10 feet into the air for as much as the temple allows, it is your turn.
Well, holy shit, okay. After kind of just motioning for Suji to, like, hide, she's going to, like, run up and try and smack, forgotten his name. You just said it. Akuma.
Akuma? Mhm.
Yes, that's one. I kept thinking of Kiyoshi. I'm like, nope, wrong noun, wrong one. That'd be a very different turning character.
Yeah,
Yep. She's gonna just try and come up and smack him over the back of the head.
Alright, roll your attack.
If this
I
works.
think you forgot to put Nets on the initiative.
I did. Thank you.
Ooh,
All right.
Not too
spicy.
Just drop a
Okay.
fucking 20.
Yeah, that is going to hit for 30? No.
Yep.
No.
No.
It's two-handed, right? So it's 17
Yeah.
points of damage. As you just strike him in the back of the head, he is affected at this point. I need to quickly
no.
roll some. Sorry?
Hold on. Ignoring damage, I can't actually read it at the moment because it's too far away. I would have been trying to grab the, like, hit and then grab the sword. But it's okay. We'll go with two-handed because she usually does that anyway. And yeah.
No, it's fine. We'll hold on. So you deal.
Because the aim was to basically smack him
13,
and pull
then.
the sword so that dragon couldn't go off again.
Okay, so you strike him, dealing the 13 points of damage instead. Roll a athletics check for me, please.
Yeah.
He rolled a 28.
Okay, he keeps the sword.
As you grab onto it, and instantly you feel this power, this overwhelming strength. Almost like a kid on numbers or something. You're just feeling energetic. You feel faster. You feel just basically off your nut as you grab a hold of it. But unfortunately, Akuma is not letting go.
Alright. In that case, she's gonna smack him again. This time it will be two-handed.
Okay. An 18 hits for 6 points of damage. as the quarterstaff hits him once again. Again, he's hit by it, and he sort of stumbles forward slightly, but he keeps a hold of the katana.
All right, and she's gonna use a key point to flurry of blow him.
Okay, go for it. Oh, there's another natural 20. The first one is going to be a miss, as once again he shows this agility to just step out the way. The second one, though, as he moves out the way, you use that momentum and just strike him in the side of the face as he almost steps into it, dealing 11 points of bludgeoning damage with your fist or foot, however you want to flavor it. Let me quickly roll something. Yep. Oh, on that last strike, as you punch him, the dragon disappears as the smoke is as the smoke dragon is conjured or the opposite of conjured is pulled back into the blade. And the form of Akuma, who was in this sort of trance, sort of shakes himself out of it, though it still looks angry and looks like an enemy. But no longer is the dragon in the room.
In that case, not wanting him to aim anything into her direction because Tsuji is directly behind her, she's going to move over towards the daimyo in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, just around him.
Alrighty. Another gnome from the other side of the river.
Did you want to apply your extra effect from Flurry of Blows?
For reminding me of that every time, because I do forget it every time. Yes. Which one do I have here? I don't know why I keep forgetting I have that.
The real question is, will Adam let you?
Yeah.
If
Yes,
you let me,
yes.
I'd love to use it. Okay.
The only thing
Thank
that's
you,
happened
Adam.
is a gnome stepped forward, so not like anything
Yeah.
crazy's happened.
Let's see what we got. I'm gonna try and make him fall prone, so that's a dex save. I punched him in the face.
Dex save. That is a 15.
Oh, you just do it again. Yeah, he's fine. He didn't
He's
fall.
able to keep his
Okay.
footing, unfortunately, but nevertheless, you did try it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna roll a 1 eventually.
I mean, eventually,
It will work on someone.
if the combat goes on long enough. I can't remember if Anda got their separate turn.
No, I don't believe so. I think we just kind of keep
Yeah.
keep her up and away and out of harm's way for the most part. She's
Cool.
kind of just there, vibing.
Yeah.
Not really a combat pet.
Exactly, not a combat pet at all. On top of that, it kind of is literally the vessel for the spirit that I find kinship with. So
Mhm,
I don't think keeping that in combat is gonna be a good idea.
That's fair. Okay. The daimyo looking towards you, Darshana, is going to say, "Protect the blade, protect the city, protect the people," and is going to inspire you. You get to roll a d8 to any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. So keep that in
Thank
mind.
you. Yes.
That was his bonus action. With his action is going to look towards Balsh. Oh no, he can't do that.
Stop being mean to me.
It's
That's
okay, I
unfortunate.
got you.
That's Natsu goes before Balshor. That's very handy.
This is true.
Yeah, he's just going to strike twice with his sword towards Akuma. The first one is going to be a miss with a 15. The second one, wow, he's rolling shit. That is an 11. As 2 strikes go towards Akuma, and Akuma just deftly dodges out the way. Yeah, that's going to be that. Over to Netsu, who is indeed conveniently here. Will cast Healing Word on Balshor. Is going to do it at 4th level. Balshor. Balshor, you take 12 points of... You heal 12 points. That was not the greatest roll, but...
Take 12 points of healing damage. Got
Yep. And then... She is also very hurt. But nevertheless will cast a guiding bolt towards Akuma. 2nd level. As she grasps onto the symbol of Kriya and just pushes her hand out. That is going to be a 25 to hit, which hits. That is going to be 18 points of damage. Let me just check. Yep. 18 points of damage, and Akuma lights up like a Christmas tree as the guiding bolt guides the next attack against him. Netsu is going to step back to the doorway and just take that position there. And speaking of Balshor, it is you. You have healed and you are prone.
Yep. I'm going to spend 15 feet to get up.
Mm-hmm.
Take 5 feet to step back real quick.
Mm-hmm.
As Netsu starts moving off, I'm going to grab her arm quick. Krier, thank you. And take this. And I will heal her for 30 points with my lay on hands.
Whew. Yeah, as you see some of the sort of necrotic scars that have conjured both on yours and her body, they begin to heal and repair themselves from the touch of Balshor. Anything else you want to do?
Move back here, and for now, I'm just going to cast Spiritual Weapon behind Akuma and strike him with it.
Okay.
Advantage from getting bolt.
Yeah, advantage. Yeah, you might get a crit. We'll see. Nope. That is an unfortunate 5 points of damage, but nevertheless, it's damage. As the spiritual weapon strikes into the form of Akuma, he just sort of he's moved by it as he's sort of hoisted forward a little bit, and he just looks down through his brow with this smile.
I'm going to... this part of the map is glowing.
That's a spiritual weapon from the enemy.
Okay. I'm going to... Well, can I stand there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to give as many people as I can my aura, so I'm going to end my turn there.
I will remind you that Reist is 30 foot up on the roof.
Then here's fine.
Coolio. So you take
maybe
that position.
Balshor is really tall. I don't know.
I
I mean, I am, but I don't have my 30-foot auras just yet.
And with that said, we are back to the beginning of the round, where Reist, you hear a lot of commotion going on inside of the temple. What do you want to do?
Has no idea that he just could have had an opportunity to have advantage on the attack, but it got taken away. He doesn't even know, so he's not upset. He's gonna peek over the edge and see this gore drinker. That's also very scary, and presumably it's a good idea to start taking something out anyway. Nobody said anything about Akuma, or the blade for that matter. Don't think I have a
We've
reason
got this.
to go
Kill everything
inside
outside,
there.
please.
Yeah, I'll go for the gore drinker. I have to go to the edge to see it, but I would use my bonus action to hide before that.
Okay, yeah. If you want to roll your stealth check for me, please. A 25 is going to be good enough for you to hide. So as you just sort of peek over the top of the roof and take your shot, it will be with advantage.
Although I was almost not gonna miss, but in
Well,
case.
you never know.
All right. And I still have insightful fighting on this guy.
You do, yeah. 31 points of damage as you let go your third bolt on this creature. You've hit it once in both shoulders. The third one strikes it dead on the forehead, and as you strike it, it falls limp and just tears into the water and is sort of just lying in the small river here, dead.
Right. I used 10 feet to get here. I'm not sure. I will just move a bit for now.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see much.
No, following the edge of the roof, you just hugging the sort of next step up of the rooftop, you're able to take a position, and you're good to go. With that said, it is the gnome's turn, who is going to use its bonus action to attack towards Balshor with its spiritual weapon. So let me quickly roll that attack. Maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't this guy who cast it.
That was
No, it
the
wasn't.
orc, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. With that said, is going to. It grabs this crystal and is going to project an element from it towards Ziggy. This time it is going to it gets to choose its element, so it's going to choose fire as it casts chromatic orb against you, Ziggy. That is going to be a miss with a 9, as this bolt, this sort of line of fire is struck out towards you, and you're able to just dodge out the way. The gnome is then going to, in fear, step behind the wall for cover. All right, now we get to the spiritual weapon. So again, as I said, that's going to be an attack against Balshor. Which I believe is going to be another miss with an 11.
Yep.
And then it is going to cast Guiding Bolt on Darshana.
Oh dear. Yeah.
That is a 14 to hit, which I believe misses.
Yeah, just.
As the bolt of energy comes towards you, you're able to once again dodge out the way and duck beneath the bolt of energy. It is then going to take to the other wall and take some cover there. Leavander, it is over to you. Just standing up on the bridge as you see this Gordrinker flying towards you, without any warning, without any sound, you see the bolt just appear in the head and it falls limp into the river, taking care of that threat.
Alrighty. So just to confirm, Paladin Aura, that helps with saves and shit, right?
With saving throws, yeah.
Alrighty. She says, she says quietly under her breath, but Netsu would very likely be able to hear it. Sorry. Whistles down and calls her birds onto Akuma.
Okay.
So they would fly in through the window if they can hit this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be using, what's it called? Hail of Thorns as well, because of a concentration for 1 minute.
Okay.
It's a one.
I don't think it works like that. Yeah.
It's only on one attack, yeah.
It activates on your next attack, but you can concentrate on it for a minute.
Okay, so then
You would have to cast it again.
Damage.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, then we're not gonna worry about it. She doesn't say that.
No, just cast it again. Just hit all the friends.
Bird still flies through the window and try and hit the shit who's trying to take the sword.
22 will hit.
Alrighty, I will do that for that damage and attack again. Same thing, but misses.
Yeah, the second one misses. Anything else on your turn, Levander?
No, but I should have did something and I forgot to do it, but that's fine. No, but she takes a few steps in to the room, being that the thing outside is now dead.
Alrighty.
And there's a more imminent threat on the indoors.
Alrighty. Ziggy, over to you.
All right. How is Akuma looking?
Difficult to tell. It doesn't seem to be taking the damage that you would expect in terms of physical appearance. He's getting hit, he's getting cut, he's getting all this damage dealt against him, but his physical form isn't changing.
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? I'm stuck between. All right. Yeah. No. So I'll move the 20 feet over here so that I too can hit this man.
Okay.
He's still holding onto the sword. Yeah.
Gather that he let go of it because the big, scary, evil black dragon went away.
No, he's still got hold of it.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just not doing whatever it is that caused it to happen.
One would say his
All right.
concentration upon the thing that he was doing has been lost.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's going to lose a little bit more as I'm going to try and cut off his fucking arm.
Okay. Roll your attack. It is going to increase the AC because you're calling a shot, and you're going to have to do something magical for it to cut off an arm.
Yeah. Well, that's a 27.
27 is going to hit.
And I will... I'll second level smite it.
Okay.
You're
Be an
feeling like a
extra.
big gun.
Roll an extra D, whatever.
So that's
Okay,
48.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 48.
Akuma is a fiend.
So,
He looks like he is at the
so
moment.
12 plus...
Max damage is always a good start on an attack roll.
plus another 14.
Oh, not max damage, just lit up green.
As you bring the blade down onto the arm, it cuts in, and for the first time, you see blood begin to tear from the form of Akuma. He winces a little bit, but nothing too serious. But the blade has cut quite deeply into the arm. Hasn't cut it off.
Hasn't cut it off.
No.
Alright. Then... we try and finish it.
Okay. Going for the same then?
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna hit. Unfortunate.
13 misses as the blade comes down a second time. He's able to move his arm, move his body, and with the katana still in hand, looks to you with a smile.
Yikes. I don't like that. No real bonus actions for me, so that'll be it.
Alrighty. With that said, as Akuma is standing in front of you with the katana in hand, he's going to... He disappears for a second. As he almost sort of puffs into this sort of cloud of red and sort of crimson color. He disappears, and he reappears in the corner of the room, in the bottom right corner of the room, still with a katana in hand.
Sometimes you have to do things on your own.
And the form of Akuma begins to bulge, as it's almost as if something is trying to push through the body of Akuma. And as it bulges, as the chest begins to pulse, and even the head begins to sort of bulge from the top, and then the bottom of it begins to bulge and elongate. The form of Akuma almost evaporates and explodes. And in his place, the Oni bursts out. In his hand, the katana looks measly, but will use his action to continue the ritual. As the shadow begins to extend from him, conjuring before him. You know what happens next. It is Kyoshi's turn. Who is going to stand in front of the daimyo and Darshana. He doesn't have anything for this. He's going to drag you away, Darshana. Do you fight against it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Roll either an athletics check or a acrobatics check, please.
Athletics.
That's a 17 for him.
It's an 11 for me. I should have rolled my other.
What's your bonus to your acrobatics?
7.
Okay, so you would have saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that you rolled acrobatics. I can't say why you would not roll acrobatics given who you are.
Yeah.
That's fine. So as Kiyoshi grabs you and attempts to drag you away from the bulk of the people that have conjured in the center of the room, and you sort of fight against them, that's going to be his action and basically his turn, but at the end of it, he's just going to say, "What are you doing? Do you not see what that shadow dragon did to the rest of them?" And that's going to be his turn.
Howard?
Yeah, just Kyoshi trying to save you.
But I wanted to be saved. Who said I wanted to be saved?
All right, the orc is going to fly around the bottom side of the, not literally fly, but he's going to.
They fly now.
Where you are, Reist, because it's going to use its action. It's going to swim across the river and get onto the other side. It's basically going to be its entire thing. You would see it come up as it sort of or exits from the river.
Right.
And with that said, it is the dragon form's turn as it is conjured and created in front of the Oni. Both of these beings, these creatures, take up a large amount of this space, but the dragon itself seems to just be able to exist and sort of maneuver itself within or around beings or things in the room. Let's see if it gets its dragon breath back. It does not. It is unable to breathe its necrotic breath upon the rest of you. However, it is going to come down towards the daimyo, Kiyoshi, and Darshana.
I think I see why Kiyoshi was trying to move you, so we weren't all grouped up.
Yeah. That's what I meant by saving her.
It is going to bite against the daimyo, which a 19 is going to hit. And the daimyo takes 16 points of damage as the bite pierces. It is just a shadowy form, but it sort of pierces, and as it comes out, you see this sort of necrotic blood pour from the wound. It is then going to claw towards Darshana. Which I believe is going to be a miss with a 14.
Yep, it misses.
And then its last attack with its claw is going to be against Kiyoshi as it strikes out towards him.
Please don't die. Please don't die. I feel so guilty.
That is a 27 to hit, which hits.
Oh no.
I
feel guilty.
He's not going to die from it, but it's 13 points of slashing damage as the form, the shadowy form, strikes across the chest of Kiyoshi, tearing open his robes and again causing this necrotic wound to form across his chest. That is the dragon. Darshana, it is your turn.
Strange turn of events. I'm gonna grab Kiyoshi and start dragging him away.
Okay. He's not going to fight it,
Yep.
given the situation. But as you grab him and begin to pull him away, he's going to look up, sort of over his shoulder, and just say, "You're a stubborn one." And I need you to roll a d4.
Okay.
On a 1 and a 2, you are attacked. On a 3 and a 4, Kiyoshi is attacked.
Okay.
Oh no.
Kiyoshi is attacked. And with
I'm so sorry.
And with an 18, he is just hit and takes 15 more points of damage. As the bite lands into the form of Kiyoshi, he winces as it bites into his leg, but you are able to drag him away. You are moving at half your speed as you do so, but you can move him to wherever you want to move him to.
Over here. Over here.
She has
Yep.
absurd speed, so I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yep, no, I haven't even used all of my stuff yet, my speed yet, so it's fine. Yep, gonna drop him behind this partition.
Mm-hmm.
And give him probably the most guilty look he's ever seen on my face, and then like run away from this situation like, oh shit, whoop. And then I'm gonna get up back here near the window.
Okay.
Yes,
that's
running
me.
from social encounters.
It's a staple across all my characters
What's that say about you personally?
that I run from social encounters. I thought that was obvious.
Anything else on your turn, Darshana?
I think that would have taken my entire action to
Yeah.
drag him away. So I can take a bonus action to try and hit something, but I'm not entirely sure I want to get close to that Oni.
I don't think you can use a.
Yeah, you
bonus
can
action
only
attack
use the
for that.
Yeah, no,
bonus
I
action
can't.
if
Right,
you
yeah,
already
if I do
attacked.
that, yeah, I was just seeing that. Yeah, no, I'm good. She's just
You
gonna
can use like
walk in.
patient defense or something with your bonus action.
Yeah, you could use a key point to dodge. Means attacks
What am
on
I
you have
dodging?
disadvantage.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Does cost a key point though.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got a few of them.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Another gnome crawls out of the river. Ooh.
If you're about to do what I think you're gonna do, that's mean.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Can't really see much actually. You can only really see Ziggy and the Daimyo. Yeah, it's going to be an attack against both of them. As another lightning bolt comes flying through the window. Can't actually get both of them actually. Never mind. This is going to be just another chromatic orb then, I guess. Again, fire against the blue dragon, Dragonborn. That is going to be a 17 to hit you, Ziggy.
That's going to be a 17 to miss me.
As once again this sort of line of fire is struck through the window, you once again sort of reactions sort of trigger and you step out the way and dodge out the way of the attack, dodging any damage. I'm going to remove Anda from the initiative. Okay, it is the Daimyo's turn. He's going to cast Healing Word on Balshor. That is 9 points of healing for you, Balshor. And then his action is going to come down and attack against the dragon form. 2 attacks against it. Okay, its AC is wrong. Hold on. Why does it do this? Okay, so one attack hits with 11 points of damage as the blade cuts into it. And it does seem to tear away some of the shadow as it does so. But with that said, that is the daimyo's turn. And it is over to Netsu. Who's going to just lunge herself towards the Oni. Seeing what happened last time with Darshana and how she was able to stop the Oni from doing what he was doing. She's going to run over and just strike towards with her greatsword, essentially. And that will be 2 attacks. First is going to be a miss, unfortunately. Second one will hit with a dirty 20. And that is 12 points of damage. But the shadow of the dragon persists. Balshor, over to you.
I would like to, as a bonus action, move my spiritual weapon right here, past the dragon.
Mm-hmm. Easily done.
And smack the Oni with it.
All right, go for it. That is going to be a miss as the spiritual weapon comes towards the Oni and use the katana to just block it.
Balshor himself will move here, and then here, and make 2 attacks against him.
Okay.
As I'm going to follow Netsu's lead. My rolls today are abysmal.
The 25 will hit though, so that's 15 points of damage. But the shadow of the dragon persists.
Alright, well that's Balshor's go.
Yeah, as both you and Netsu just sort of stand side by side, swinging the blade towards the Oni. That takes us back to the beginning of the new round, over to Reist.
I'm going to just quickly call out, where should I go? I can't really see anything. And hope somebody responds.
Come down! Could use you here.
Yep.
Okay. Then gonna jump down onto the bridge.
Alrighty. Easily done. You're able to dismount pretty easily.
And
You need
as
to move
Rice,
me, I can't actually move myself.
Yeah.
as
Here we
Rice
go.
lands, by the way, Livanda looks over at him and just says, "Oni."
Oni, right, so it's 5, that's a 10. I can see the Oni. I'm going to run at him using insightful fighting. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Putting on insightful fighting.
Okay.
On the Oni. Let's
That is a
roll.
16 from the Oni.
Oh, so I actually have to roll more than 5 this time. That works.
There you go.
Okay, and I will slash him with my katana.
Alright, go for it.
Hit. Oh,
Yeah.
Right, so this should be pretty hard for his concentration.
So that is, well, that was confusing.
34.
34 points of damage.
DC 17, I guess.
Yep. Rolls a dirty 20.
Unlucky. Well, that's I used everything I got, so that's my turn.
Yeah, as now the three of you sort of surround the Oni, 2 attacks coming from Netsu, 2 attacks coming from Balshor, and Rice as you just sort of swing around Netsu, pull the katana and slash towards the Oni, striking and tearing blood from the wound. He is still concentrating and focusing on the shadow and the soul that he's projecting.
Can you put him back into initiative, please? I think he was.
Oh, he's in there. I just had him
Shokayoshi.
hidden. Sorry, yeah. There he is. Alrighty, so this orc. Wait, did I skip a? I did skip a character.
Yeah. Sorry, I pressed enter because
No, it's all good. It's all
I
good.
do that in some other games.
It's all good. Okay. This guy's stepping out. He's going to cast Burning Hands towards Kiyoshi. Kiyoshi needs to make a dex save as the fire begins to burn towards him. He is able to save, takes half damage, takes 7 points of fire damage. As Kiyoshi, behind the screen, is sort of burnt, dealing with the sort of these necrotic wounds as he hides himself behind there. But hiding did not help much.
Sorry.
All right.
I like this visual image of Deshauna running towards the Oni and just hearing this burst of flame behind
Yep.
her.
Oh!
Like, oh shit, what have I done?
Alright, this is going to be a. Let's go with a 3rd level guiding bolt against Ziggy.
Yo, why do they hate me so much?
Oh no, that is going to be a miss. With a 9 as the bolt comes flying towards you. You once again, this time you take the blade and you just basically absorb the radiant energy. And as you do, the symbol that you have of Kriya upon your body begins to glow slightly, dealing no damage to you. Over to Leovanda.
Can't see my haters.
Yeah, she can see that gnome. So after seeing what it did to Kiyoshi, she is going to take priority and call her birds along it.
Okay.
See, maybe she can get rid of this stupid necrotic gnome. Being a freaking hassle.
A 21 will hit.
Alright. Let's get them twice down.
13 points of damage on the first attack. 23 will hit.
7.
As the flock of birds begin to surround the gnome, pecking away and just creating this sort of almost this mist of bird around him, as they pull away, the form of the gnome is fallen.
And then she drops a hunter's mark on the Oni
Okay.
as a extra thing and moves on to the next person.
Alrighty. And the next person is Ziggy. Ziggy, you see the gnome fall at the window. You still see a couple of enemies out there. You obviously have the mist and shadow of the dragon in the center of the room, and the Oni in the corner.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the outside as much as they apparently worry about me. Living rent free in their heads. But I will be moving 15 feet to right here. And this is tough. Moving an extra 10 so that I am right here. It doesn't take an attack against me, but I can hit everything that I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
You have options.
I have options right now, but there's only one man in my eyes. And that's Oni.
The only one for you?
The only one for me. We got matching horns and everything. I'll take a swing at the big man.
Alrighty, go for
This
it.
campaign has turned into the best love story ever.
You're gosh diddly darn right.
26 hits.
See, now we're getting down to it. By getting down to it, I mean I really don't have a lot of options left. Fuck
Level
it.
10 smite?
Third level. My last third level is going into the smite.
You were saving it
Against
for a
him.
crit, I bet.
I mean,
Yeah, but if I never get the crit, you know, it's all about just taking chances. And right now, I need to take this one. So 5d8. For another 29.
a decent roll.
That is a really decent roll.
Concentrate against that, bitch.
So what is that? That's 41.
41.
So
What?
you need to roll a
41.
20 or higher.
I swear to God.
The Oni rolls a 26 as the shadow continues to project from his form, creating the form of the shadow dragon.
Right.
True that, but it hurt like a bitch, and that's all that mattered. Second attack. For 22.
22 hits. Fourteen points of damage on the second one, as the blade cuts deep. That is another 26 on the con save. As the blade cuts in, he flinches as again blood is pouring from all of these wounds. The Oni looks in bad shape as he stands before you.
I'll stare him down. Our fight had never ended last time. He just kind of ran away.
Yeah.
He did.
The Oni concentrates and continues to concentrate upon the form of the dragon soul that has been conjured.
Does that count as a spell? I guess not.
No.
Right.
But also, it basically is his entire turn.
Yeah.
Kiyoshi is going to... Man, Kiyoshi's in a situation here.
I wonder why.
Kiyoshi's just going to sprint past you, Darshana, and he's just going to go into the Oni.
My man.
He's not going to hide away from all this as he pulls up. He's going to attack. He's purely unarmed. He doesn't have a weapon with him. He's just going to attack towards the Oni. The first one being a miss, unfortunately. The second one just hitting for minimal damage. 6 points of damage, but it's still a con save. Let's see if the Oni rolls terribly. Nope. And then key point for 2 more unarmed strikes. That is another hit. That is 10 points of damage. And it's going to be a con save first of all. To see if he can save against the to concentrate, which he does, and then it's going to be a con save to see if what's it called goes off.
We can blind stuff? Something?
No, stunning strike is what I was.
Oh,
thinking of.
stunning strike.
No. 25 to save against that. As Kiyoshi just sort of sprints up, unleashes 4 attacks, but only 3 hitting. Strikes against the Oni, and unfortunately does not get to stun. The orc, which orc is this? This is the one at the entrance, who's going to run to about here. See Leovander. And is just going to guiding bolt you.
Now,
That is a 14 to hit Leovander.
nope.
As the guiding bolt strikes past you, you're able to dodge out the way, just catching them in your peripheral. You're able to avoid the attack. It is the dragon's turn. As the form of the dragon is going to, first of all, see if it gets its breath weapon back. Let's see. Oh, it does not. It is going to turn towards you, Ziggy, first of all, and attack towards you with its bite attack.
You made a friend.
That is a
Yay.
dirty 20.
That'll hit.
That is 14 points of damage. And those that are closer see that the wounds of the Oni... Oh, that was removing it. The wounds of the Oni begins to tend to themselves and heal as the dragon claws and takes blood from its enemies. It is then going to bite towards Ziggy. That is a 15, which I imagine misses.
That misses.
Sorry, that was not meant to be a bite. It was meant to be a claw, but still, same thing. And then the second claw is going to come towards you. That was so close to being a natural 20, but instead it comes to a 13. As the second claw comes towards you, you just use your weapon to deflect the attacks. That's a bad turn for the dragon. Darshana.
Turn for us.
Hey, landed a hit, right?
Yeah.
Darshana is going to shoot Kyoshi a look of, my god, I've never respected you so much. In fact, this might be the first time I've actually respected you. And then promptly run up right next to him and try to hit this thing again. Well, for the first time. So, ooh, I don't know if that rolled.
Everybody's surrounding this dude.
Yeah, well, we know if he
Next
goes
time
down.
dragon gets his breath back, kills everyone, including the Oni, in one shot.
Well, yeah, you would have to target the Oni, damn.
That is two-handed, I assume, yeah?
Yes.
So 15 points total from the two attacks. Let me quickly roll these con saves. First of all, that is a natural 20. That's going to save. And then the second one, the form of the dragon dissipates as rolling from a natural 20 to a natural 1. The dragon is once again dissipated as the Oni stands before you, shaken out of the ritual.
+9, no wonder he was making all the saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
on the low damage, he only fails on ones. That's impressive.
Yeah, so you have to over damage him to even get him to drop it.
Right,
It's good job he didn't take Warcaster. That's what I'm saying.
Oh god.
I think it's
Right.
funny though. Darshana is the only one to kick him out of the fucking
Yeah,
concentration.
Yeah, and obviously
Oh.
it's been 2 natural 1s for it as well, both times.
Yep. And hopefully riding that natural one, she's going to use a key point to try and stun him.
Okay. That is a con save, another con save from.
Yep.
That is a 25. He is not stunned, but is shaken out of the ritual.
Okay, well, she's going to use one more key point and then hit him twice.
All right.
Because, meh.
Uh, 16 misses. And a 13 misses as the 2 unarmed strikes come towards the Oni. Now that he is out of his state, is more responsive as he sort of steps out the way, blocks the attacks with his hand. Yeah.
Because we, in fact, all grouped up and that did not go well for us last time, Darshana is going to head over to Leovander. How are you doing over there? So she's going to go... I got plenty of space, so yep, just gonna hop over here. Right there.
Alrighty. Okay. The gnome is going to step further into the window and once again go for a chromatic orb, this time against Darshana.
Well, we can't hit the dragon. Let's hit the other one.
That is a 17 to hit you, Darshana.
Yep.
Okay, that is an ouchie amount of damage. That is 24 points of fire damage as the line of fire just sort of conjures through the air and strikes you in the shoulder. As I say, you take 24 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
The daimyo, which, Darshana, remember, you do have inspiration currently.
Yeah, I've been using it.
Huh?
I haven't been using it.
You haven't. You only get to use it
No.
once. It's a one-use thing.
I haven't used it yet. Okay, good. Okay.
The daimyo is going to look towards Reist and say, "You can end this. You have the strength to end this," and will inspire Reist as well. So that's a D8 to any attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks. I'll give you little arrows on your tokens to hopefully remind you of this. And then as his action, will... There's a lot of people in that corner. You can't really do that. He's going to grab a hold of his symbol of Kriya. Kriya, guide my hand and the hand of my allies. We are your servants, and we require your strength. As he casts Crusader's Mantle. That did not cast, hold on. Crusader's Mantle. He is going to move, so he's going to get up to here, but I'm just going to place it here. Whoa, that is a disco.
Hell yeah.
And that's how the daimyo invented nightclubs.
Yeah.
Yes. The Order of Mamoru's shrine is now the local disco.
With
Oh, yeah.
that said, anyone in that area, for those who don't know what Crusader's Mantle does, deals an extra 1d4 radiant damage when you hit with a weapon attack. So just keep that in mind. If you hit, you're dealing an extra 1d4 points of damage. But with that said, that is the daimyo's turn. That's his action. That's his bonus action. And a little bit of his movement. It is over to Netsu. Netsu is through the middle of Reist and Balshor. It's going to go with the... actually, first of all, what situation do we have here? Is actually going to cast Shield of Faith first on Balshor. So, Balshor, you get an extra 2 AC.
Nice.
And then, as I was saying, with her action, is going to attack twice towards the Oni. That is a 21 to hit, which hits. Second attack is a 15 to hit, which misses. So deals 10 damage plus a d4 of radiant. So it is 12 points of damage total as the blade cuts into the Oni, sort of tearing across this burning radiant damage as it does so, as the blade of Netsu begins to glow with a radiant light. With that said, it is over to Balshor with his reinvigorated AC and perhaps a little bit tiny bit of health.
Well, I'm just gonna go all out.
All right.
Starting with, I'll start with my bonus action.
Okay.
I'll use the spiritual weapon. Does a spiritual weapon get an additional 1d4?
No.
Another weapon attack.
Was nice. Was worth a try. But the 20 at least hits, right?
It certainly does.
So I got that going for me.
Which is nice.
First attack. What is it? I am going to use my Channel Divinity
Okay.
for Guided Strike, which gives me a +10.
Okay, so that makes that a 24.
And then I am going to drop a second level Divine Smite.
Okay. So that's 4.
Yep,
D8?
48.
Alrighty.
And then a 1d4.
And then the 1d4, there we go. Whoa.
No, not now!
What?
Foundry
Found you, Chris.
been
No.
Foundry's
got-
been bugging up this entire time.
I got all your rolls. Is there anything you want to do after that?
Yeah, my second attack.
Oh yeah, you use spiritual weapon. Shit.
I'm gonna roll it, but I don't know if it's gonna pop up in Foundry right away.
That's okay, just tell me. Just tell me what you roll.
Is it gonna tell me what I rolled?
You can roll on D&D Beyond.
I know
think
I
that's
rolled
what
on
it's done.
D&D Beyond. I don't see the.
Oh,
I don't think it rolls if you would have to
if I'm
turn
using
the Beyond 20 thing off.
No, you just have to press on the thing except instead of the B.
Okay. So yeah,
Just
you
press on
roll. Use D&D Beyond's internal dice roller type thing.
Okay, well, Foundry just reopened, so let me try that.
Okay. 18 hits for another 20 points of damage as... Not 20, sorry.
Probably a 9.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
going
9.
to drop a first level Divine Smite on that one.
Okay,
It's only 3. And I'm going to throw the d4 on this roll as well.
cool up. Yeah, two attacks along with the third from the spiritual weapon strike into the Oni as he flinches and sort of begins to growl as pain spreads across his face.
Not dead?
Not dead.
Right.
Now that is Balshor's go.
Okay, before Rice's turn, the Oni will use two of its legendary actions because it can do that. Now that it's not concentrated on the ritual. And is going to use his screaming slam as he jumps up and slams onto the ground.
Not a spell, I guess.
No, this one is not. Is going to use it against Balshor, Rice, and Netsu.
All with +3 on saving throws.
And it is a dexterity saving throw.
That's really good. Nice.
So those are 19s. I'm
I
waiting.
think
I'm
Balshor's
Now,
has it.
Mine's already has it on it.
Okay. There's me sitting there waiting for Netsu to roll, and I'm Netsu. So Netsu fails actually, even with the +3. Okay, so you still take half damage.
High evasion. No damage.
No damage for you then. But Balshor still takes half damage, so let's do that. So
Probably
what
takes
would
a quarter damage because he's using.
what would have been 36 points of damage is reduced to
Yeah, it's
18?
actually close to Ziggy too, yeah.
which is then is that all damaged, Ziggy?
It's
Or
only
like
from
spell
spells.
Only from spells, yeah.
Determine that this
That
is not a
is
spell.
that is not a spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take the 18 points of damage. Netsu takes 36 points of damage, and I believe Netsu might be pushed back. Let me just double check that.
Balshor's not looking good.
Neither's Netsu. Yeah. No, she's not pushed back, but everyone within 10 feet also needs to make Constitution saving throws. So that would be Ziggy, mainly.
Yeah.
Not you, not the people that have been hit by it. So Balshor, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Um,
He does get my +3 though instead of his +2.
Well, then that makes it a 23 instead of a 22.
the
But I doubt
daimyo
that changes
rolls.
much.
The daimyo rolls as well. He also succeeds. Let me just double check this. So that is okay. Both succeeded, but you take 7 points of force damage. As this sort of these souls just get projected from him, these sort of blue orbs quickly projected out from him, as Reist, Balshor, and Netsu mostly able to dodge out the way, especially Reist, who doesn't even get touched by it. But then after that dissipates, there's this sort of projection of force from the line that the attack was made, and that is the Oni's turn. It is over to Reist.
Before that, I wanted to use my reaction to Sentinel him.
Okay.
It's just if he attacks if he
Wasn't an attack.
Oh,
It was a legendary action.
What is
yeah,
the...
yeah, it's a legendary action. It just says it says attack. Never mind.
Okay, yeah. This is technically... It's more of a feature than an attack, so...
Yeah, it's tricky, that one, but yeah.
Cool. Reist, over to you.
Right. So as that thing goes out, Rice is already feeling inspired by the daimyo, then the Oni is jumping up and down. Rice dodges out the way, does a little roll towards the wall, and then tries to run up the wall and jump on the head of this Oni.
Alright, I like it. Easily done.
Acrobatics?
I wasn't going to get you to roll in acrobatics because I think Reist can't fail in acrobatics.
It's plus 13.
Yeah. Just for the sake of it, roll one. Roll an
I want to know
acrobatics.
how epic this is.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. As you kick off the side, you basically get to his head height. I'm going to say that you are on him. You can't do anything
Awesome.
in terms of controlling him.
Yeah.
But you are on his shoulders and attacking away. So roll your attack
Yeah,
as well.
I'll be. It's a really good position for an attack. I will be holding, I guess, one hand holding on his horn or whatever
Yeah.
mane he has there, and then just stabbing into the base of his neck with my katana, trying to stick it in there. And if I miss, I'm gonna use the D8. Don't think I missed. It hits?
Yeah, that's going to be a hit. Yeah.
All right, and I'll do my full damage.
And a D4.
And the
And
default.
D4.
Don't forget your disco default.
It's too bad.
So that's 42.
Yeah.
42 points of damage as you have your one hand on the single horn of the Oni, and you take the katana sort of reverse grip and just throw it down towards the neck. It pierces as he sort of arches his back. He is still alive, but blood begins to tear down the back of his back from the wound and over his shoulders.
Well, I'm totally on him and looking for any opportunity, like to use my Mage Slayer.
Yeah.
Basically, to finish him if I can. Hey.
Alrighty. Did I skip a guy again? No, I didn't. Alright, this guy is going to jump through the window. As you may recall, there are threats outside still. 5, 10. Yeah, he's just going to get straight up in here. And cast Spirit Guardians.
Hate it when that's used against us.
There's going to be 2
That's,
discos happening.
Oh no.
As the orc runs in, and almost these sort of spectral imps begin to float around him as they sort of tear towards any enemy of the orc. That is basically going to be its turn. It is over to Leovander.
Um,
Hurry up
and she's
to work on
gonna.
that club.
I was gonna say she's gonna join the Oni party and dunk on over towards him. And come. We'll just run up right here.
All right.
Next in it, right past him, and as she's coming up towards him, she's got her sword, like running along the floor next to her, and she goes in for a two-handed strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me.
The Netsu is going to use her one and only guided attack ability, which is going to add a +10 to your attack, which makes it a 26 to hit.
Alrighty then. That's going to swing up and strike this guy. That, and then a d4. Boom.
I feel copied.
Swinging down again.
Whew.
Hello. I will roll crit.
Can I give her a 3rd level Divine Smite?
Really?
I just want to say you're rolling two-handed, but you're only rolling d8s for your damage. So roll 1d10 plus
get-
5.
Okay, I need to fix that then, and because I don't have macro set up because I can't figure out how the frick to put them together, but it's fine. There's that d10, which is gonna be, and I'll roll.
And then 2d10 plus 5.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going for.
You also get your hunter's mark both times, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So
Well-
that's 3d6.
There's a lot going on. So yeah, and then 2d6.
3 because the one is crit as well.
Huh?
Hunter's Mark
2d6.
gets Hunter's Mark gets another roll because it crit.
Yeah, that's 2d6.
And the first
I hit
attack?
twice, question mark?
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. 3d6. Apologies.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make it easier by putting them together.
Juggling a lot.
Yeah.
And then 2d4.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
bang.
that's a lot of dice.
It
That's
is.
a lot of max damages. That's a lot of really big rolls too.
So as you cut in the first time, as the aura of Netsu and Kriya sort of guides your hand towards the target, with that sort of inspiration and that motivation, with the help of Netsu, you take the second attack and cut towards the Oni. This time cutting deep and true. The form of the Oni falls to one knee as he growls and he's breathing heavily. He's still alive, and as he falls to his knee, Rice, you keep a hold. You hold onto the horn, but it's nearly knocking you off balance as he falls. But he's able to push himself up. He's looking bloodied.
Giovanna looks dead into his eyes and says, "You're a coward and a fiend, and we will put you down."
Okay. After your turn, the Oni is going to use a legendary action to attack towards. Ziggy.
I was almost certain he was going to try and put me down.
I was thinking he was going to go after Kiyoshi again.
I thought he might go after me. I just threatened him.
He's got quite a lot of people to choose from.
That is a 22 to hit.
That's gonna do it.
Does have his long slubber Ziggy though.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 13 points of damage first of all, and I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
How much damage? 13?
13.
And then a dex.
Yeah.
get +1 from my aura overriding?
That's a 9 instead of an 8.
You take an extra 15 points of psychic damage, and you fall prone.
Alright. It only hurts a little bit.
As the Oni, utilizing its club rather than the small katana that it's holding, strikes towards Ziggy, slamming against the form of Ziggy. He's slammed to the ground as the wood beneath his back begins to crack and break slightly. And that is its turn, and it is your turn, Ziggy. You are prone, but you are easily enough able to get back up on your feet.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing too much moving, so that's free real estate, baby. I am fucked up again, but I'll just stare him down, and as serious as I could ever be, as serious as you could ever be, is going to make his 2 attacks.
Okay.
That there's a 23.
23 hits. Okay. You strike into the Oni once as it cuts away once again. He sort of begins to waver and he's almost just sort of up on pure adrenaline at the moment, but still alive.
Ah, you bastard. That's a 12.
And the second strike comes towards the Oni as you do so. The form of the Oni is able to basically fall out the way. He's not dodging, he just falls against the wall. Rice, you're knocked again a little bit as you're sort of riding the Oni, but with the hand on the horn, you're able to keep balance, and you're good to go. And with that said, is there anything else on your turn, Ziggy, that you wanted to do?
No, but I'm just kind of like using my sword to keep myself up at this point.
Mhm.
Like my knees are shaky. I'm looking pretty bad. Almost like him. It's like we're destined to be mirrors of each other.
Yeah. And it is the Oni's turn. Man. Okay. The Oni is going to give it what?
What about the spiritual guidance? Weren't you supposed to resolve that?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Ziggy, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Hey.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm just keeping track because I think I'm in the area as well.
No, you're good. Thank you.
That's a 22.
It's 22. You do save, but you still take half damage. I think I'm gonna have to re-roll because I can't find it in the chat. I did roll it when I. So you take what would have been 16 points of necrotic reduced to 8 points of necrotic damage.
And then it doesn't count as a spell, does it?
This is a spell for sure.
It is a spell, yeah.
Okay.
So reduced again to 4.
Alright.
Thank you for the reminder. With that said, it is the Oni who is desperate, is not giving up his goal just yet, is going to once again attempt to conjure the shadow of the dragon. As that begins. It is not a spell.
All right.
I'm also just concentrating on the blade itself. So yeah, as he does so, as he grips the katana with both hands, he once again falls into that almost meditative state. His eyes cloud over, and the mist begins to project from him once more. Kiyoshi is going to go in with the unarmed strikes. It's going to be 3 attacks against him. An 8 is going to miss. Oh, that one will hit. For minimal damage. 6 points of damage. Let's see if he gets a natural 1 out of him for the con save. Does not. You know what? He'll use another key point for 2 more attacks. May as well. 1 miss and 1 natural 1. Ouch. Okay. The 2 unarmed, the 4 unarmed strikes come towards only 1 hitting, I believe. Yeah. As it strikes into the Oni, he's once again sort of knocked back into the wall, bounces off, and just keeps his footing. And that is Kiyoshi's turn, who is also going to have to make a wisdom save, as I just remember the. He does save.
He does get a +3 from me, too.
Yeah, and half damage.
What did I say before? 16? So it'll be 8. Oh, does he
Plus
also
4.
take half? Yeah?
Yeah, Sonora.
Yeah. So Kiyoshi still standing just. And it is over to an Orc's turn, who I believe is still outside front of the of this place. He will enter for the first time ever. Okay. Looking at this situation is going to look towards Reist. Reist, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh no.
You are within range of Balshor and Reist, so I think the max is +3.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I do have the D8 if I need it. So that's
12.
I'm assuming 12 doesn't save, right?
You have to decide. I can't tell you whether it succeeds or fails before you use your inspiration.
I'm okay, fine. I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
15.
The 12 would have failed, but as your vision, as blindness was casted upon you, as your vision begins to fade, you remember the words of the daimyo and what your responsibility is and what you do. And you shake it off, and the blindness does not take hold. With that said, the dragon is conjured. See if it gets its breath weapon back. It does.
Oh shit.
Inches.
Now I'm going to have to look at this a second, so let me measure this out. Because it does not want to hit the Oni.
Why not? It's gonna hit me as well. It's fine. It's worth it.
I was almost tempted for a second. I was like, you know what? You've got a point there. You've got a point. No, you do not.
Yeah,
Not
he
pointy
does.
enough.
Yeah, it's just going to go for this attack here, as the breath weapon of this dragon extinguishes in the area as this black mist begins to tear through the area. I need Balshor, the daimyo, Netsu, and Leovander to all roll dexterity saving throws for me, please.
At +3.
At +3.
And then the daimyo and Balshor resistant.
I have a. I fail anyway. Stupid fucking bonuses to it, and I wrote.
I don't think my save is going to help me.
I don't think it's going to help you either.
I'm in pain.
Okay, these are bad rolls apart from Balshor. Daimyo rolled a natural 1. Levander rolled a natural 1. Netsu rolled a 10 maximum +3, was it?
Yep.
So, Levander, you take 47 points of necrotic damage.
Holy shit.
47?
47.
Okay, that's I'm not dead yet.
Netsu falls limp to the ground as her form is enveloped by the necrotic energy. The daimyo takes 47 but is halved to 23. And Balshor, you are halved and halved again, so it goes to an 11, but it is not enough to save you as you two fall limp to the ground. So both Netsu and Balshor fall limp to the ground. Leovanda barely holds herself up, and the
You need a con save too for the hunter's marker now, right?
yeah, good luck.
All right. I doubt it's gonna do much, but I'll.
Do I get his +3 now as well or no?
No, it's
I
just on
think I
saving
have him
throws.
unconscious.
Oh yeah, this is a saving throw. Sorry, brain. You are still you're out of range of Ziggy, so yeah, you do not get it.
Okay, so I do not get it. Okay,
Nope.
DC 23. Wait.
it doesn't matter.
Hunter's mark drops.
Yeah, it specifically says while I am conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Following the dragon's breath attack, she just drops to her. She just drops to her knees, choking. Nearly nearly dead because of this.
And with that said,
I've been
it is
nearly dead,
over
like, the entire
to
fight.
Darshana.
Okay, so that was an attack, yeah.
No, it's technically not an attack.
Bro.
An attack
Bro.
would be something that it has to roll for, like a claw.
You're killing me, Adam, both both in game and out
I
of
think
game.
also, I think Senna also specifies it needs to be against a creature other than you, not just a general direction.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting on this Oni for 3
Against-
rounds and he hasn't cast a spell yet either, so.
Yeah.
I think he learned from last time, so.
I mean,
Killing me.
to be fair, the Oni hasn't really been doing much apart from conjuring this thing.
Well, yeah. Man, he could have tried to teleport out. But he didn't.
Oh yeah. Definitely could have done that. With that said, sorry, I'm just saying. Yeah, no one. Yeah, sorry. Darshana, over to you.
The dragon back again. Darshana is going to run right underneath the thing, just jump the case and slide underneath it,
Okay.
and try and smack this orc.
Roll a wisdom saving throw, please, as you enter the floating imp area of the Spirit Guardians.
You get
You
a plus
Ziggy's
two.
+2. Yep, from Ziggy.
Alright. Add a +2 to that +2.
Okay, so you take what would have been 12 is reduced to 6 and then reduced to 3. So you take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Fine, I will take that. Now I'm going to smack it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Requires me the roll, of course.
It does.
Yep. Generally speaking, that's how that works.
That's a natural 20. That is 14 points of damage on the first one. Let me double check.
Plus
Spirit
D4.
Guardians is a con save. Oh yeah, roll your d4s.
Oh, yeah.
Is
It
it
does
2 or would it be 3?
keep concentration.
2 for the first
2.
one, 1 for the second one.
The second attack didn't hit.
So another D4 then.
Yeah, roll one more because you had natural 20.
Keyboard's not working. There we go.
So an extra 5 points of radiant damage. Yeah, as you strike in with the first strike with your quarterstaff, it strikes the creature as it sort of falls back. It is able to concentrate and continue to concentrate on the spell, but it's looking really hurt.
She's going to take a key point and smack it again. This time with her fist and her feet.
that dice was on a journey. Those are 2 hits. Roll 2d4 as well.
And
Oh.
that was 4 each, obviously.
Yeah, and that is enough to take down the orc as you strike it another 2 times. It falls limp, and the spiritual guardians that it had conjured dissipate.
Good. At that point, she's gonna come up right next to this Oni and prepare to hit it.
Okay.
And
All right.
oh god, that light show is so trippy.
At least there's only one now.
But whenever it flares up orange after being purple, my eyes are just like, oh, so bright, so bright.
I can take it off if you want.
Oh, it's fine.
Do you have your
Something has
mouse
to
over
remind
it?
us about the D4.
I've turned the opacity down.
Ah,
Thanks.
Ah, that works too.
Much better.
Okay, this guy is going to come in with his last 3rd level spell, cast another lightning bolt.
Oh, is he gonna try to hit me?
No,
Oh,
you're in a situation right there, my friend.
why don't they want to hit me? I don't get it.
Okay.
Wait. Please tell me
no.
it's the other orc.
It does. But it's going to be Kiyoshi, Ziggy, the Daimyo, to roll dexterity saving throws, as well as the orc.
And I take a death save.
And
You take a
they
death
get
save.
+2s.
The Daimyo takes full damage.
He gets half from Ziggy's aura.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gets
Well,
half.
Let's see. Let's see if he does. Okay, so Ziggy, you take half damage. Oh, you're going to take a lot of half damage here, I think.
Mhm.
So it was 30 points of damage, reduced to 15, reduced to 7. Reduced
Then
again.
reduced to 3. Yeah,
Then reduced to
because
3.
Dragonborn, his
Yeah.
aura, and his
No, the
save.
resistances don't stack. Like, you can only be either resistant or not resistant.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah, because the aura gives you resistance, right? Yeah, so you're already resistant. That's okay. Yeah, good point. So you
only
get
twice.
so it's 15 to 7. So you take 7 points of damage.
Yep.
Which is good because then the daimyo, if you're still standing, the daimyo instead takes 15 instead of 27.
Actually, even if I went down,
30.
I believe, because
Yeah.
Aura of Warding is the only one that doesn't specify while I'm.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
Also, the damage probably happens at the same time, so shouldn't matter, I guess.
And the orc on the other side did indeed save amazingly. I didn't roll for Kiyoshi. Roll good, my friend. Saves. So it's 15 to then 7. Kiyoshi has 2 HP left.
Two more than he needs.
It's
Yeah.
one more than he needs, not
It's
two
one.
more.
It's
yeah,
one
one
more.
I can't count.
It is over to the daimyo, which I do need to just double check something because I neglected his.
Yeah, concentration, I guess.
Crusader.
Let's go.
Well, would technically be a con save on the breath attack as well,
Yeah.
which he got hit by. Which I can't remember the damage on. If anyone
was a lot.
remembers.
43.
It's 40,
47.
whatever.
47 was it?
47.
47. Yeah,
47.
47. I took the full force of that and survived twice.
Well,
Okay.
he got halved for sure. I don't know if he saved to take a quarter.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Did he say?
I think.
Oh, there's
By
Shadow
the way,
Breath.
it
There it
would be
is.
DC 10 basically because it's like 23 or less.
Yeah.
So DC 10
Yeah.
or 11.
Damio took half on the breath.
He saved. But I've now gotten rid of the aura thing. It doesn't matter. It was a headache anyways. I'll just put a custom one down. I think it's 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Okay, the daimyo is bad things are happening.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to look down to Balshor and just say, "Get up." And he's going to cast Healing Word. That is 12 points of healing for you, Balshor.
Yes, my lord.
And then once again, he's going to grip towards the symbol of Kriya as he projects a spell towards the Oni, as flame begins to ignite around the Oni. But in doing so, heals ever so slightly. Netsu is down. Balshor, over to you. You are prone, but alive.
Gonna go ahead and get up. Make both my attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll start with the Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Spirit Guardian, Spirit Weapon.
Spirit Weapon, yes, sorry.
No problem. As the Spirit Weapon comes in, the attack just strikes against the Oni's form, dealing no damage.
And
What level
I'm
did
going
you
to
cast the Spiritual Weapon again at, sorry?
second level.
Okay.
But I'm going to make both my sword attacks, and just saying this beforehand, for whatever they hit, I am dropping a third level Divine Smite on both of
Okay.
them.
No problem.
Okay.
First one, natural 1, misses. That is going to hit, though. And then your 5d8.
Plus D4, I guess.
Yeah, the default, yeah. Okay.
Plus 50
So
damage?
it's 40. 40?
No, 40, yeah.
So that is a con save of 20 or higher. That is a 26. Is able to keep concentration upon the shadow form of the dragon. Anything else,
Let
Balshor?
go.
Good try. As the form of the Oni, some of the wounds have healed up since the dragon form has been conjured, but it's still very hurt, and that attack certainly brought the Oni back down to to ground. Over to Reist.
Right, so sitting on his kind of shoulders, still holding the horn. I think the katana might still be in his neck, so I will essentially use my bonus action to aim and try to stick it in deeper and twist it.
Alrighty.
So with advantage. I'm on 20. No, that's not a 20. 19.
19 though. Close.
Oh.
No cigar.
The sneak and the D4.
Is that 30?
32.
Yeah, as the katana is twisted into the wound that you've already created, where it sits, the Oni, though concentrating on this blade, falls to its knees. It is now just on its knees, holding the blade. What was the max damage there?
32
Altogether,
total.
32.
So DC 16.
Con save. That is a 17.
Aye.
Anything else
I
on your
have a
turn,
lot of
Riced?
hit points.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't have anything else.
No.
I used everything to aim.
Fair. Over to Leovander.
Is there any possible way I can save Netsu?
What do you mean?
Is she dead?
You don't know.
Fuck.
It would be an action to determine whether she was still alive, or you could just try and heal her.
Okay. Then she. So we still have these two guys, right? Okay. She ends up getting back to her feet, look the Oni dead in his clouded over eyes, and just growls slightly, her already destroyed throat only taking more damage from that necrosis. And takes her sword and swings up at this guy.
Okay.
Misses the first one.
First attack misses as you swing towards the Oni. It slams into him. It just doesn't pierce the tough skin of his.
Oh, that was a. Here we go.
22 hits.
Damage. It's going to be a D10. Yeah. Roll that D10. Plus 5. Swing in and attack this guy.
12 points of damage and a D4, yeah.
Okay. For 2 extra. Alright.
Alrighty. As Leovander, the second strike does cut into the skin, tearing apart some of it as the black ichor and blood begins to pour out. That is over to Ziggy.
Ziggy is wobbly, barely standing, and bloodied. Looks as bad, if not worse, than the Oni. But he's going to take his 2 attacks. Baby, you know it.
Any spell slots
Plus- I don't.
If I could give you a third, I would.
You're right. And then 2d4 for that one.
Yeah, true, yeah, 2d4.
So altogether, that's
20.
Altogether,
29.
that is
Something.
enough to take down the Oni. Ziggy, how do you want to do this?
I
I'm
will.
so glad it's Ziggy.
Selfishly, part of me was hoping to.
Don't worry, I was too.
I will use the last of my strength to pull my sword above my head, and then the shaking stops, and I just, as deep as I can make a cut on him, preferably without hurting Rice, which I'm sure is possible. I just dig my sword deep into him, and I'm just like screaming.
As you do so, I imagine Reist is actually more so assisting with the situation than anything, as Reist is twisting the
poking him
blade.
there.
Yeah, as he's twisting the blade and pushing and forcing the blade further and deeper into the neck of the Oni, pushing the sort of form of the Oni closer and closer to the ground, slowly does it. You come up and raise the blade and cut and just push the blade through the form of the Oni. As it falls limp, I need everyone in the area to roll dexterity saving throws, please.
Easy enough.
+3 if you're near me. Shawnee, you have to take a +2.
+3, then mine's a 16. Then
Did I roll?
14 for me.
Yeah, I rolled.
I have so many bonuses on my dex right
21?
I think this is the first nat 20 I've rolled all session.
Okay, Darshana takes 6 points of necrotic damage.
There's a +2 to that.
That's fine. Rice takes none. You take no damage. Balshor takes 6 points of necrotic damage. Ziggy takes 13 points of necrotic damage. I also need to roll for Kiyoshi.
I believe I take 13 as well, because I've rolled a 14.
Yes, sorry.
wait, is that counting my resistance? And then
This is-
Balshor would also have a resistance.
This is not a spell.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Ziggy
Kiyoshi-
goes down.
Kiyoshi also
You're on
falls
time,
down.
too.
So Kiyoshi falls to the ground. Ziggy, as you strike into the form of the Oni and cutting your blade through the form of the Oni, as it falls to the ground, it erupts in this cloud of necrotic energy, which is very quickly sucked back into the center of where it came from. As you kill the Oni strikes you down as you fall to the ground limp, along with Leovander. The rest of you see the cloud form of the dragon almost sort of sucked back to its origin point, the katana and the Oni. The Oni's form very quickly begins to goop, for lack of a better term, as black necrotic goop begins to form around the wounds and it begins to disintegrate. The black dragon, the shadow dragon, dissipates. But we are not out of
What?
danger, as we have some allies that are on the ground hurt.
And some enemies.
And some enemies.
They-
Actually, sorry. As the Oni dissipates, they would technically need to make a save as well. So let's do their save.
That's a big blast.
Yeah.
That is really
Oh.
big. Holy balls.
The daimyo need to make the save as well then.
Yeah, he did. I've already rolled for him.
Alright.
He's okay. Okay. They save. Okay. That's a dirty 20 and a natural 20. But nevertheless, as the form of the Oni dissipates and dies out, whatever was controlling these beings also severs. And whether they die, fall unconscious, or just fall paralyzed upon the ground, they fall and become non-threatening, we'll say. Oops. But as I say, you have a couple of friends on the ground. Let's see the order of turns here. Do death saves happen at the end of your turn?
At the start of your turn. Oh, at the start, because you can roll a 1 and then you get your turn.
20, you mean?
Okay.
Yes, 20. You get 20 and then you get your turn, so it has to be at the start.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so that is Ziggy's turn. Obviously, the Oni is Dunzoed. Let's put a little skull on him. It is Kiyoshi.
Little.
Yeah, I mean, little.
Relative.
Okay. Kiyoshi rolls his death saving throw, if we want to call it that. Over to you, Darshana.
Deshaun's going to drop down to Kiyoshi and attempt to help in some manner.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Okay.
As you fall to your knees, going to Kiyoshi, covering some of his wounds, putting pressure on them, and utilizing perhaps a pouch of some herbs that you might have collected over your years of being in the order or training. You are able to control some of the wounds that he's sort of gathered and see to them, and you do indeed stabilize Kiyoshi. That is your
Soon as-
action, though.
Yeah, as soon as he looks like it, Tashana's just going to lean on slightly over him, like, oh, thank Kriya, thank Kriya, thank Kriya.
With that, the daimyo will healing words Ziggy, being that Ziggy's right next to him. Ziggy, you heal 6 points of healing. And unfortunately can't heal Leovander, but will go to Netsu and cast Spare the Dying just in hopes that it will stabilize her. Balshor?
I will essentially drop my sword and like fall to one knee, exhaust, reach one hand out to Natsu, and I will use my last first level spell slot to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. This was on Leovander, sorry?
No, Natsu.
Okay. 7 points of healing to Netsu. As the eyes widen, a breath is taken. She lives.
That's it for Balshor.
Alrighty. Not going to go through everyone's turn unless Rice, do you want to do anything in particular?
What's up with the katana?
The katana is just on the ground.
I'm going to pick that up.
Okay.
Not in a fighting grip, but with two hands, as one would pick a sword to inspect it.
Yeah.
Feel
As
the
you-
instant sugar high.
Yeah, as you pick it up, you do feel that sort of almost a hastened effect upon you as you just feel more active, more alert, even more so than you usually are. Given how alert you usually are, it's quite a almost overwhelming feeling.
Then I will actually look around and see Leovander unconscious as well. But Rice was really fixated on the sword, so he's gonna say, "Can you help her? Or you guys still?"
The daimyo will look over and say, "We've got her."
Right, and then I'll just start carrying the sword back to the case.
Mm-hmm. Easily done. Leovander, it is your turn. I need you to roll a death saving throw, please.
All right.
That is one failure.
Right.
Ziggy.
Okay.
I will weakly crawl over here, and I'll just try to do something to stabilize her.
Yeah, just roll a medicine check for me. Most of the apologies, most of the damage that Leovander has garnered throughout this combat has been from the breath or the blast at the end there. Looking upon her body, you see these necrotic scarring across her body, but you have no idea how to fix them, how to stabilize her as she sustained these sort of wounds. You sort of try your best, but you get the sense that her life force is slowly slipping away.
And then I'll just look up to Belshore and the Daimyo. Just, please. And then I'll just collapse. Or collapse. I'm already on the ground. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Technically, Darshana. Darshana, you're muted.
Yes, I am. I am indeed muted and talking to myself. It's fine. As I was saying, I would assume she realizes that she's stabilized Kyoshi at this point.
Yeah, you're confident in that.
Yeah. So she's gonna head down to where everyone's headed towards Leovander and where Ziggy just collapsed. Because it looks like she could use some help. And attempt to do the same for her.
Roll a medicine check. 18. As you did with Kiyoshi, you were able to see to the wounds as best as you can in your state. You do stabilize Leovander, still unconscious, but no longer is her life slipping away towards Kriya. And for the sake of things, as time goes on now that everyone is safe, the daimyo will cast his healing word upon Leovander to bring her back up. So it's not going to be a huge amount of healing, but hello, where is it? Ruled maximum. 7 points of healing for you, Leovander. So eventually, Leovander, as the darkness takes your vision, your mind, all of a sudden, light as you open your eyes and you find yourself staring up to the roof of the temple of Mamoru.
He lets out the weakest inhale ever, just barely inhaling. She can't speak and mouths thank you in just upwards.
And Reist, you place the katana.
I look around before I do that and listen in and
Yeah, make a perception check.
meditate for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
My child.
And roll it with advantage for unknown reasons. Okay. As you just take a moment and perhaps sort of close your eyes for a moment as you focus on the surrounding noises, and as you sort of reopen them and look around, one thing that strikes you, and perhaps it's something that happened over time, but there is a distinct sound of nature. There was chaos just moments before. Even before you entered the temple, there was chaos and noise of threat, of war, of pain, of death. Now you can hear the birds singing off in the distance, in the trees. You feel and hear the more natural wind that blows through this area. You look around and the form of the Oni has almost shriveled up to something that you could carry in one hand. This sort of necrotic ball. This gooey ball that's just sort of shriveled up. And you have the katana in hand.
Yeah. As I place it down, and I'll say, believe the threat is over, and seems like natural balance has been restored around here. I kind of turn to everyone. You all fought well. I'm proud to be one, member of this order with you. As they go over and see if anybody else needs help of any sort, although it seems like everyone's got things under control.
The daimyo looks over you all and says, "My naivety put this blade, this city, and these people in danger. The order of Mamoru is required. Perhaps it is the daimyo who should listen to the order, and not the other way round. From this day forth, the daimyo shall not enter this temple. And the order, all of you, shall protect this blade in whatever way you feel is necessary, whether here or elsewhere. Whether in this temple or below it, or whether in the mountains of Taitansuru, or the many forests of this land. I thank you all. Without you, we would be lost." And the daimyo falls to his knees and bows before you.
Balshor attempts to give a bow, but only ends up stumbling further, nearly falling on his face. Your words are wise.
At this point, Anda would have flown in, landing on Levanda's chest, and turns, looks the daimyo dead in the eyes. Anda does, and does her own little bow. In place of Levanda.
Rice is also gonna give a bow and say, if we are to decide the way to protect the blade, I have a first proposal. I wish to propose we include Natsu and Kiyoshi in our ranks, as they have fought valiantly today and proved themselves. It's not fitting for them to be mere replacements waiting for their turn.
The daimyo, who is already showing a vast amount of respect, bowing quite low and continues to do so, and pushes himself down further as he bows in acknowledgement and says, "So it be done. They have proven themselves, Mamoru, as have all of you. Natsu and Kiyoshi will join your ranks as you have deemed it fit and proper."
I was meaning to put it to a vote, but
Oh,
wasn't
by
trying
all
to
means.
to impose my own will.
I don't think any of us disagree with you, Reist.
Okay.
Darshana will also bow.
Well,
for all
let's not
intents and
all-
purposes, Ziggy is just kind of unconscious.
Let's not all sit here all dying. Balshor will raise up his hand, and as a light glow emanates from it, a bunch of glowing butterflies fly out and begin landing on individual people, as they meld into them, healing them, as I'm using my last spell slot to cast Aura Vitality and just healing everyone up a bit as we sit here.
As
Just
the
wonders why the hell the butterfly is flying around him, just swats it away. Hasn't
Just
been
looking at
hit.
them like, what?
as the area is enveloped in these butterflies as they fly around, again, as Balshor says, landing upon all of you individually as they sort of impose their vitality within you. We track one particular butterfly that escapes through the doorway, and rises into a darkened sky. And as we follow it up, the burning fire crackles as embers burst from the top. And that is merely one tale of the Mamoru. And perhaps there are more to tell. But today, we finish this tale of family, of sacrifice. Those who put everyone and everything else before them. More tales to tell, I'm sure. But take solace in the fact that we are protected by 7 Mamoru. And the fire burns away, and the man who tells the tale gestures and hurries away a bunch of small children as they enjoy the tale of the Order of Mamoru. He gets them inside and he looks back towards the fire and clicks his fingers. And a shroud of darkness surrounds the fire. And that brings us to the end of Order of Mamoru.
Just to check, because didn't get a chance. Sushi's still hiding behind that banister where
As we
imagine-
look off, yes, Tsuji is fine, having hidden behind many pillows and screens, yes.
Yeah, he has another 50 years until he gets gooped.
Yes,
good.
let's not mention that. Let's not mention that.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to check in is kind of when Rice would suggest that he would kind of look at Kyoshi and just look at his reaction and expect to
Kyoshi's
see
unconscious.
some sort of
So.
Yeah,
oh
of course.
oh he didn't get oh that's
Oh
fine.
no.
got
That's how I would have
stabilized.
broken that news to him when he woke up. To be like, so good news,
Yeah.
bad news.
Yeah.
We'll,
Good news,
you know,
Yeah,
Mamoru, Mamoru. Bad news, we're stuck together forever.
there's certain things that I'm sure if we were ever to pick up another Mamoru adventure, that we could pick up then.
Take care of when the
So,
time comes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well,
but we'll see what
I
happens.
did. I did want to say one thing, but like I don't. With the with that drop there of you saying worry about it at a later date. I'm like, I don't know if I want to bring it up right now or if I want to just not worry about it. Feel like it wouldn't hurt to say something.
Go further. If you want to say something, say something.
So then, as another battle scar, coming from all this necrotic damage and, of course, falling from it, I mentioned it, once or twice. Livana not speaking. Her voice is gone. Destroyed, completely ripped, from its existence. Already having been so damaged from that fire so long ago, the necrosis of this Oni finally took it the last reins and fully destroyed her ability to speak.
It'll certainly make things interesting if we do pick it up again.
Well,
Indeed.
You and
I mean,
psychically
she
reacting a lot.
she has the ability to mind
Yeah.
like people, but
Yeah.
that does take a couple.
We're learning sign language.
Not
Yeah.
in sign language.
there is
Not
a
in sign language.
chance that our campaign will be visiting Nara in like the next month or so. So what I'm saying is everybody might want to think about
Yeah, like if
some
there's
immediate things that would happen, so Adam can incorporate that.
obviously, I mean the Discord channel isn't going anywhere. So if people wanted to, I might open another channel just for like in-game character lore, or
Aftermath.
development. Yeah, like just something there where if anyone wanted to add anything in regards to their characters or anything like that, because as our Rice says, Adornment Arenda is very close to Nara, and there have been talks of that party heading to Nara eventually. So who knows? Maybe they'll stumble upon the Order of Mamoru. We'll see.
Maybe we'll steal the sword.
Yeah, I mean it's
With your
absolutely
group, I
possible.
believe it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty tough for us considering we have like 4 level 5s.
Yeah.
These
Plus,
guys will be like,
I guess I would also like to know at some point what the group in terms of the order would want to do with the sword. Whether they would keep it at the temple. I know, like last session, there was talks of taking it elsewhere in terms of like putting it underground beneath the temple.
Yeah, you know, there is like in the Titan sword there's this pond, and then under that pond there is this cave. We can just put it at the bottom of that cave.
very,
Who-
very, very, very deep. I don't know, maybe.
Who knows what's behind that door?
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah. By the sounds of it, neither do I.
No.
But thank you everyone for joining me on this adventure.
Thank you for the invite and the ability to play alongside everyone here.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. It was really fun.
Everyone's character did what they could. Rice, I know no spell casting in that last bit. You
Fine.
dodged
I
all
mean,
the
I got,
spellcasters.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that I could go after the small ones, but
Yeah.
I specifically I didn't know where they were, so I asked everyone else to kind of guide my next action.
Mhm.
And no, it makes perfect sense. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I was very effective in the fight anyway. So.
Yeah, and because of your positioning, you got 0. You didn't get hit, so you got that. Yeah, the dragon
Just
did
use some
balance
balance.
experience in fighting demons and mages, and
Yeah, you used the
Joshua
Oni
took
as
so
a
many
human
nasty
shield.
hits.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
My
And you-
first turn, I was already licking the floor clean.
Yeah.
Can
But
you
no,
tell us
thank you.
what the flying thing that Rice murdered did?
We didn't even know it was there.
Oh yeah, it didn't even get anywhere to do anything. To be honest,
I
it
knew
didn't.
it was there.
It doesn't. Yeah, it didn't get anywhere though. It doesn't do a lot. It's more so just to be an inconvenience. It can
Okay.
paralyze you.
Yeah, it doesn't do a lot. It can just
It
paralyze
doesn't-
you,
doesn't
so you
do
get auto crit by everything.
Yeah, and
Considering most of
melee
them only play
melee attacks against it does damage to you. It's not it's not a lot, but it's like 1d6 points of damage.
It's
Oh,
an
yeah.
inconvenience, and it is meant to be such.
Yeah,
Alright.
but Rice
And it looked really scary.
shut it down.
completely
Yeah,
knocked
it looked scarier than it actually is. But yeah, I think I was like halfway through the campaign, the adventure. As in like we were playing halfway through, not that I'd written halfway through. And I thought, you know what? If everything turns out all right, I wouldn't mind leaving this on a point where we could pick it up again in the future. I've enjoyed the order. So yeah, if people do have interest in the future of picking up another sort of limited run of the order, then that's something we can discuss and go forward with. But before then, we have some other adventures, mainly being the next one being the Kingbreaker 3-session campaign, which I'm really looking forward to. And yeah. I would personally, because as I sort of alluded to, I don't get to finish off stories very much. Maybe it's like small arcs within a story, but never like a bookend type thing like this has been. And I think I was saying before we even started that this was the first time that I've done like a very, for lack of a better term, I know there's negative connotations with it, but it's very railroady. So I would like if anyone was willing to give me some feedback in terms of just a message that I can read later on. Any feedback would be welcome. Obviously, I welcome constructive criticism as well because I want to improve. If there's anything I can improve on, then by all means, I am more than willing to listen to those constructive criticisms. But most importantly, I hope everyone had a good time, and I hope everyone enjoyed their characters and the story and the eventual ending.
I actually had a much better time than I expected. Not it's not really in the range of feedback or criticism, but I generally don't like one shots because I get invested in my characters. But since we're all playing in a long-term campaign in the world, and these things do affect the story, it really helps with that.
Yeah.
So
I'd say if anything, it's
I
just
really enjoyed it. Like that,
it's like
and that
us
added to it.
adding because we're able to play in it. It's like we're adding our own flavor to your world, and
Yeah.
it's just like instead of just being another human, another being in it, another entity inside of it. It's actually we have Pole and we have Drag, and like we're actually going to be able to see that in future sessions, and it's just like I did that, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's a little thing of like both a mix of pride and also ownership of an action that you're just like you see and you're just like you just feel good about, and you're like it's nice to have just
Feel
I'm
really good
glad.
about saving Suji. So yeah.
I do feel bad about Suji too.
So we could join him on his adventure in the future.
Obviously,
Saved him
Paula.
only to kill him.
I don't think Paula would have seen it or known about it. But Suji was met as an adult in the Dormant Arenda campaign.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
And then he jumped out of an airship and fell to his death.
We tried to save him.
Damn it.
We tried to save him. We promised.
Why didn't you save my baby?
Prequel series for that guy.
You failed him.
My baby!
I kid you fucking not.
Look.
All but one parachute worked.
Yeah.
And it was his idea.
It
That's
just
the
happened
thing.
to be mine.
It was Suji's idea to go in the fucking airship and jump out of it, right? And apparently parachutes are completely useless in this land where people can just float themselves down to the ground because they control the wind.
Well, yeah, they've never needed to use them before. They're good.
Yeah. They thought that, well, must be fine. Apparently the
Probably
parachutes
got
had a
eaten by
40%
rats.
failure chance. And
Yeah.
we got the worst end of that with 4 out of 5 failing. Suji had 2 parachutes just for himself.
He did, and I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Baby die! How dare you?
And I was like, all right, I can save one person, right? So I'm waiting to see if anyone's parachute potentially fails. And then turns out, yeah, actually 4 out of 5 fail. So unfortunately, I had to save Brenna instead of Suji.
Dear.
See when he
Oh,
died?
jeez.
What was that?
And
He
got
died
duped.
instantly. I'll tell you this.
No,
He
no.
died instantly.
How old? How
Oh.
old?
Well, so the timing's a bit weird because they met another character, Ita, the Urson, the bear man that was in the previous Mamoru. Itan, sorry. And he said that he'd been where he was for 50 years. So that would suggest that 50 years had passed since Itan, the old Mamoru, had left Nara. But Suji did not look 50. Suji was maybe like late 20s, early 30s.
We also
So-
noticed that Ita was really bad at reading, and I'm assuming he might have had a problem with counting as well.
Possible.
So
Old age.
yeah.
Old bear age.
He is old bear, man. He was pretty old. Little on the kooky side.
Yeah.
But that's okay. He's still huggable.
So yeah, the fate of Suji is an unfortunate one, but nevertheless.
That is hilarious in the most like dark
he got-
sense.
He got a few more years. I'll give you that. He was supposed to die
yeah,
like a
like-
good couple of years ago when I saved him in the arena. So
And he died doing what he loved, exploring.
Yeah, Suji
And
became a little
absolute-
bit of an adventurer. He became a cartographer. So he was mapping out areas, and that's why he wanted to go to the tippity top of Titan Suru to map it out. But here we are.
I just that she taught him calligraphy and he took it from there.
What was that?
Darshana knows calligraphy.
Really? There we go. That's how it's done then.
You taught him how to write.
Yeah.
Well, you basically doomed him.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Oh
Things
Taught
happen.
him a very passive skill. He went nuts with it. Right.
You set him on a path of death, basically.
Oh no!
no!
That
Tragic.
it's
Poor
so
Suji.
tragic, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
Living through all of this, and that's what takes you out.
But I will say, so in terms, because I mean, it sounds like, at least those who said, it sounds like the effects on the world and sort of having that, I don't want to say control, but I guess it's kind of control on certain things, is certainly, sorry?
I was gonna say, like, obviously, of course, you have the final say and everything. It's we are simply players. You're regardless.
I
You
mean,
have
Rice could have grabbed the blade and ran off, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I put that combat in there, and I was like, that dragon could take you out in like 2 turns. If it rolled a 5 or 6 on the d6 to regain its breath back on its second turn around, you all would have been dead.
that is true.
And that would have
That
been
is-
interesting on how it, because if you remember, Itan didn't really speak about on current events in Nara.
Yeah.
He just spoke about what he knew 50 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Other people though didn't tell us that Naro got completely destroyed and wrecked. So,
Yeah.
but maybe that maybe it was like a long time ago, and nobody really cared about telling people.
Suji
So.
was 20 something, so that's at least, I'd say, 15 years or so.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
and yeah, like the thing
Does
is,
that
any
mean
short
that you're
campaign
going-
is going to be railroady, but like having it in a world where you play other things makes it much more
Be more-
interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
seems a whole lot less railroady because like the whole world is around you, so it's just like, hey, this could affect it. I mean, obviously, of course, yeah, you can't control everything, but I mean, like with this at least, like with the ending here, you have more say, of
Mhm.
course, over it. So
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, of course, 100%. Rice could have 100% just said, nah, fuck you, and ran,
Mhm.
but of course he didn't.
Oh, you were all really hurt as well. He would have totally run.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have just like stood there, pretended to leave the thing, and as the daimyo's turning his back, gone.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
for me, 2 things.
Mhm.
One, I wasn't sure how much I was going to enjoy this because you did give us the heads up it was going to have a lot more combat and less RP, and that's kind of what I generally enjoy in our other
Yeah.
campaign. But I thought I'll give it a try because I haven't really tried a whole lot else. So I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I was expecting as well.
Mhm.
Like a lot
Good,
more.
good.
Yeah.
Another thing is though, it didn't feel railroady because our characters
No.
had like a strong like
Agency
goal.
and such.
Like we
Mhm.
made characters preparing for this, and the story was so rich that that we didn't even notice that it was like linear
Oh,
or
they do that. Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
manner of
exactly.
speaking
It
anyway.
didn't feel linear.
I
It did not
took
feel linear at all.
I took it as a big compliment when Rice, I think it was you who asked. It was after a session. You said, "Did I change the campaign?" It was regarding the blight druid, and that woman who sold the book, and you were wondering whether I changed something to include her in the next session or something like that. And that was planned all along, and I'm to a certain degree I was lucky that that you pursued it so strongly, like seeking information at the market. But on the other hand, it would have came around anyways, and you would have been sent out there. My original, when I'd written the adventure before you'd even touched it, I didn't expect you all to research that. I just thought it's going to be something that's mentioned in passing, and then it'll come up the session later, 6 months or a year down the line or whatever it was, that this blight druid is in the wilds, and you would realize, oh, this is the woman that sold this family this book. And yeah, it was just coincidental that you guys sort of went with it and sort of investigated who it was and whatnot, and yeah, it was it just worked out really well in that sense.
Just at
Sorry, no, go.
just at the end here, a very similar thing basically happened because I was really upset with the fact that Akuma didn't get executed immediately.
Yeah.
And well,
Karma?
now it's obviously clear that the whole story was about, the daimyo eventually realizing his mistake, that he shouldn't be, soft for his friend, and he should
Yeah. I
treat
mean,
the tradition seriously and not just allow someone who brings blight to the land to
yeah.
Yeah,
live.
especially when he was saying, basically sending us off to the hospital to get his friends. Like,
Yeah.
that's not our duty.
Yeah.
Our duty is the sword. But,
Mhm.
of course, by extension, we must listen to the daimyo. So it was one of those situations where, is this the right thing? And then it gets... The daimyo corrects himself at the end.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's also as much as the tale is about the Order of Mamoru, it's also just in world. It's about a daimyo understanding his responsibilities and learning, unfortunately, learning those responsibilities on the job. He's as new as you are to the Order of Mamoru as he is to the title of daimyo. So it's a learning curve. It just so happens that you are taught all of those responsibilities. You know what you need to do, whereas the daimyo is just sort of there, and he's just expected to know because he's the daimyo. And so yeah, it was as much of a story about him learning the hard way about what his responsibilities are, and almost learning that actually the daimyo, it's a title, yeah, and he'll rule the city, but when it comes to this thing that's important to the city, it's better to put it in the hands of those who are knowledgeable on it, who's been educated, who's been taught of those, whether it's previous experiences or whether it's something beyond that. It's better to be in your guys' hand than his. So
especially when we're protecting the sword from something that we've all had years of experience with already and have
yeah,
a little more insight on.
yeah.
Like, Balshor has been in the army for a couple centuries now.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, the daimyo is a proven strategist. He's proven himself in wars against fiends in the past, but it's more so like he's like the daimyo's never really taught regarding the history of the blade and what that could entail. He's probably never been taught. He might have been told when he was younger because he's like an important figure, but like he's never been told in regards to like the souls that are in there and how an Oni of souls could literally utilize that as a weapon, and yeah, it's just one of those things. But
Important stuff to help control the city of Nara, not so much the sword.
yeah. But yeah, I'll say this. I'm hoping in regards to the future sort of limited session adventures, I'm hoping that although I do feel like depending on what happens in the future in certain campaigns, there's going to definitely be these sort of things that pop up that have been a cause and effect of what's happened in this adventure. I think going forward, the other ones are going to have a much bigger foothold. And not to go into any details, because I am trying to keep the details of Kingbreaker to a limited amount of info that other people know. I think Kingbreaker is just a minor step on that, and that can change how an entire nation could not form, but it could change the direction, and I guess the can't think of the word when something's thrown into a different direction. Trajectory. It could change the trajectory of the
entire
of an entire continent, really, more than anything. So it'll be really interesting once we get into those. And I have, I think it was 8 or 9. I'd have to check my list of short story adventures that I'm hoping to dive into at some point, whether throughout the year or beyond. that are all under the title of Tales of Almiri. So we'll see how those all unfold.
Goes, as far as this one goes, when you have a story you wish to tell, I'm here for it with this character.
Cool. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be cool to see where things go. If we do pick it up again.
Just as a random thing, if the other party are heading to Nara, does that mean they're about to meet Darshana and tell her that her baby died from jumping from a plane with them?
Probably not going to be like, oh yeah, we met Suji and he jumped with us
Yeah.
from an airship and died.
Well,
if you say you were up there, though, you might know where it was.
really likes talking about it.
If you mention him, bring up his name, Hifrin will go dead fucking silent and pretend you don't exist. I'm gonna be dead fucking honest about this because they're extremely they feel
Guilty.
extremely guilty about it because they couldn't do anything and they're the only one that didn't fail with their parachute.
See,
Like,
I'm not even sure.
What do you think they told Ite about it? Or Itan about it? Sorry. What do you think they told Itan? Like,
yeah, that's my point. We spent like 5 minutes talking about how we should totally not mention it to anyone.
and the first thing they
5 minutes later, Hifrin just tells this bear about it.
Our friend died.
So if it comes down to it, if Darshana asks Hifrin anything, they will just shut the fuck up immediately and be like, about that.
So sad.
It helps.
It's one of the few characters. It's one of the few NPCs I have art for as well. So that's thrown out the window. I was like, Suji's going to be great for Zhongli. Like, Suji can be this cartographer. He can show the party around, and he can be like a source of information. Splat.
Oh yeah.
And he just
Dead.
fucking dies.
Yeah.
Just splat.
Yep. Brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah. He was really
That's
good
great.
for the 2 sessions or 3 sessions that we had. Like 2.5. Well,
That's
actually,
all
one session
he
he just
lasted?
hid for the whole session.
He's the reason Hifrin started learning Zhonglian and will be the reason they continue to learn it. And in fact, they will learn it to honor Suji.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, you can
Tell Darshana that. She might not kill you.
you can evolve into Suji. Hifrin will slowly begin to evolve. Oh, I guess given how he died, maybe it would be more of a de-evolution than anything else.
you don't want to go all the way with evolving into Suji. At some point, you reach goop level.
But yeah,
I think
there's
Goop level if you evolve close enough to
Well, if they meet
That's all I
Darshana
got,
and
butterfly
she's like,
stage.
"Oh, you're up on that mountain." I think I knew someone that was up on that mountain. They'll just go silent. Be like, "What happened? What
You-
happened?"
might have not known that we
Maybe
traveled
not.
with him from you. I don't know if you did.
I mean, I didn't know where he was now, and he's a kid. I don't really keep track of this kid.
This is true. Kind of an irresponsible mother.
Yeah, probably.
It's not actually my child, just to clarify.
I know.
Unless
He is an
Unless
orphan
Darshana
who was
asks-
doing weird supernatural shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless
he's
Dashana
an
is
orphan.
asking everybody about Suji, everybody she
Have you seen my child? Have
probably
you
not gonna
seen
come
my
up.
child? We'll just
Oh,
pass.
you've been in Zhongli for 2 weeks. Have you seen Suji?
I mean, he gets around, you know.
He does get around, and we've been in here a little bit longer than 2 weeks. Say.
We've been still less than 2 weeks. We were there
Oh,
for
okay.
like we stayed for 2 days in the first city. Oh,
Chio?
and one night in Chio first, and then one night on the airship, and then one night at Itan's. And
you also
that's
made
it.
the venture from Chio to Yawaman.
Yeah, but
which
yeah, obviously.
yeah, that was not really. Yeah. So yeah, you've not really been there that long. But nevertheless, as I say, I'm sure we'll pick up the venture of Order Mamoru at some point in the future. I don't know what I'll do with Netsu and Kyoshi. Sorry?
I was just saying, I hope it's not 20 years in the future.
No, well, we'll see. I don't know what I'll do with Netsu and Kyoshi at that point, because they'll just be like NPCs that are part of the
And Kiyoshi can
Thought it.
refuse, you know.
No,
No,
no.
I don't think
No.
he would.
No.
Maybe he's so pissed he's gonna refuse. I don't know.
Pissed at what?
Oh, I don't know.
Getting slashed.
Yeah, I don't know,
shit.
Darshan. I don't know what he could be pissed at.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I saved his life and shit.
Maybe he hit his head hard enough on the way down that he forgot. Coincidentally,
It's possible.
Oh,
Maybe
It's
Maybe.
not like he's gonna have a-
let's hope that
con check on
that
his memory.
Darshana that when we pick that if we do end up picking up Orochimaru again, Darshana doesn't have to see Suji off for the last.
Oh yeah, imagine if he's like an older guy and he's like, right, I'm heading off to map out this mountain, and Darshan is
Like-
just like happy, smiling, waving him off. Bye, son.
Have fun.
Yes,
Big
this
friends.
needs a prequel. I will
Oh,
I will pay
no.
all the money to play in that prequel.
no!
I was actually going to suggest the idea of making like a story session, because I know you're uploading Mamoru on YouTube. Could put a story session for like aftermath and story and stuff from what we put down on Discord.
Could do, yeah. I'll see.
be up for that.
Yeah, I'll see what you all come up with. I suppose. I just saw there. Obviously, I'm terrible at reading Discord whilst I'm in Discord, which is ironic. But you were talking about putting the katana somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ready to take one.
Yeah.
I actually really
replica.
like that suggestion. I just didn't want to say anything.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I feel like Rice might suggest a more active approach to protecting the katana, but he's obviously not going to insist on it if everybody else wants to hide it away.
Something we
Well-
could do with the NPCs. We could send
We'll
one
talk
or
about
two of them off with it.
So I
did-
guess what Rice will suggest is perhaps while protecting it, if we're under attack, we could actually use it instead of letting somebody snatch it. That's what he would suggest for discussion. But he's not going to insist on anything.
I can see goods and bads with that because
Yeah,
if that
exactly.
person holding the sword goes down, you're basically delivering it to them.
Well, I mean, if it's just lying there, it's even worse.
Yeah, being sitting in the middle of the temple was never really a very effective
No,
strategy.
that was not a
but-
good idea.
This is
Very
true.
breakable temple.
Though if we do end up going down that route, I have a suggestion for who would
What?
hold it.
Who?
For who would hold it?
Who?
Ziggy, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Uh,
Wait, hold on. I just realized the counterintuitiveness of that because Ziggy is technically Dragonborn.
Why is that counterintuitive?
I actually think it would be not counterintuitive, but to some degree fitting. You know,
I will also say, in the world of Alvania, no one knows where Dragonborns came from. Dragonborns were dead for a very long time, and then Dragonborns just showed up.
It's more so
Yeah.
the likeness.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they're referred to as Dragonborns. They look like they share sort of similarities with dragons.
yeah, but part of it
So-
has to do with that. Part of it has to do with that, and then the other part is the fact that he did land the killing blow on this Oni, and the Oni had in fact scarred him. I would say, for although yeah, we all got fucked up by this guy. I would say the Oni had the most effect
You
on
lost
Ziggy.
your voice.
It had the most effect on Ziggy.
I'm
so
not even gonna
I
hit.
feel
Yeah,
like
like, if
If
you want to
we
put
just-
it in someone's hand who's not gonna die all of a sudden and give it over, that's all I'm saying.
If we decide to use it, yes, we'll give it to Ziggy. But if we decide to hide it, that's another matter.
exactly.
We'll talk.
The
about
problem with giving it to Ziggy as well would be he'd somewhat might be the obvious choice for others as well. Given that it's like, oh, here's this Dragonborn that's part of the Order of Mamoru holding a katana that looks so very much like the one they protect.
Yeah, he probably well the suggestion would not be to give it to somebody to use all the time, but in a
Yeah, it'd be
situation
like
like this,
Yeah.
when we're like backed into a corner protecting it.
It'll be interesting if you do go down that route, and we do pick it up again, because no one's used the katana since the dragons have been killed off. So
They only just used it.
yeah, I
He
mean,
tried.
in a different manner, though.
yeah, he wasn't like using it as the weapon that it was built to be. He
as
was
a katana.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
he was channeling the souls, which, you know, being a soul only, he was he was trying to sort of utilize the souls that were within it. Whereas I'm just referring to actually using it as a blade, killing things with it. This blade that was said to kill things and absorb their souls. It'll be interesting to see what happens if you do go down that route.
Yeah, that might
Oh,
be.
dear.
That might be a
Maybe we
problem.
shouldn't use that katana.
Mm,
I don't think I want my enemies trapped in a sword we're carrying around with us.
I mean,
Maybe we'll do the whole wrap it up in a very special cloth or something maneuver and carry it
Yeah.
around everywhere. I don't know.
no,
Because
carrying it around, that seems like the worst idea.
it seems
The
like the
more we
worst,
talk.
but also at the same time seems like the best because the order could just disappear.
Poor
No.
Adam spent so much time making
Well,
the
this
order,
is
and
what I
we
was
decided to
suggesting
wrap up the
earlier.
katana and fuck off.
Disappear.
Hear me out on it. Disappear to somewhere people
We're going on
aren't
vacation.
gonna, sort of, but to a place that people don't go to cause harm. Place people don't go to
Like the
find
mountains.
Yes,
certain
the
special spot
mountain.
in the mountain. However,
Yeah,
that
no.
people don't go to. I'm not suggesting it for Dorman Miranda. I'm just suggesting it as a
Yeah.
funny moment. What if the Order of Mara take the shit, go to the fucking I
I'm
forgot what the forest is called, but the cherry blossom forest, and
Just
and
move into the old man's house.
find some spot out there and just poof.
yeah.
Cherry
I'll
Forest.
make the call now that the order is not in the halls of the Titan Suru that Adornment and Renda find themselves in.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother
Not
putting it
like
there.
Yeah, but you've got the Forest of Chimamaya. That's sort of you flew over in the airship.
Yeah, exactly. It
Um,
doesn't seem like a place people would go to cause harm, though. That's the thing. So going there, keeping it safe there, it's just, I don't know.
But the majority of us wouldn't leave with it though, because we aren't just protecting the sword. We're often called to protect the city of Nara
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that is
So,
true.
yeah. So what
Oh.
I was suggesting is somewhere in between. We do have these two NPC characters, as Adam pointed out, that are part of the Order now. We could literally send two of them off with the sword to a nice, safe place, put the fake one in the temple, and go about our business.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, exactly. I
Okay.
agree with that though.
There you
Or
go.
we could like.
And then I don't
yeah.
have to deal with Kiyoshi ever again.
Although I don't think sending just the two of them. There is 7
No.
of us after all. Maybe 3 and 4. 4 stay at the
Yeah,
temple.
like we could switch out or something like that.
Exactly. Something like
It's
that.
your
But, like,
turn to babysit the sword.
The main reason I said the two of them was because no one but the daimyo knows they're part of the Order of Mamoru at this point.
This is
Like-
true.
As far as the rest of the public are concerned, it's just us 5.
and you've also got plenty of like forests. Although it doesn't show expertly on the map. This part of the mountain is still mountainous. And so there's mountains there near Nara. There's mines in Nara if you wanted to dive down the mines of Nara. As I say, there's the forest. I believe this forest, if I recall, was where Levander was from.
Just about, yeah.
And then there's the forest of Shido, which is the forest where you fought the essentially the unicorn in. And then you've also got, not that I'm necessarily suggesting these places, but just points of interest around here. You've got the Lake Sume, where Akume's home was.
Yeah. We live in the old
Not a
man's
good
house.
place.
So
Yeah.
I guess
Sending- I'd burn that to the ground.
the issue with
Aw.
splitting up is that we're not hiding it from common bandits. We're hiding it from like
Fiends.
demons
Yeah.
who are really powerful. Like if we're hiding it from like common bandits or crappy fiends, it doesn't matter. We don't have to hide it. But hiding it from someone really powerful, that they might just be able to realize that, oh, that's a fake sword. I need and find the real one. And
Yeah. Yep.
Suggesting we go halfway across the map, far, far away with it. Just that the real sword not necessarily be where people expect it to be. and have a
Mhm.
couple of us protecting
Then we
the
can't
people who
protect Nara.
think were with us.
Oh, yeah, but that's the point. We're not hiding it from people. We're hiding it from
Well, I
really
mean, you've
powerful
got
demons.
yeah,
So
but
you,
then you've
you
also
want
got like the blighted druid and such that we're interested that we're helping them. It might at least slow them down. Is my thought. And maybe take the heat off of the city of Nara, so giant monsters don't attack the hospital again.
to be fair, that was really weird because they killed they killed Akuma, then we rest him, and then the guy possessed, like the Oni possessed him anyway.
Yeah. So
Unlucky.
as a point of interest, it was all a play to get him into the temple. Even when he first ran away from the sort of the arcane casters, you were dragging him into the temple, and then he got dragged away. He was so close.
Yeah, I stopped that.
Yeah, he was so close, but yeah, couldn't get away with it.
At the point where he actually got killed by the same demons, Rice was like, all right, well, maybe he's fine.
Yeah, no.
Like, if that didn't happen, no, Rice would have been really against letting him in the temple.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tricky.
He put
All
it
right.
all on the line. But no, thank you very much, everyone. As I say, if anyone has any feedback, then I encourage you to send it via message, please, because I need to go get food.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. It was nice playing this campaign, and
Yeah,
see ya.
I'm
I
sure.
get to listen to the 2 other campaigns tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll speak to you all later. Again, thank you for joining me on this venture, and hopefully we'll see the Order of Mamoru again. Which I've already from your conversations, I'm already getting some inspiration on what it could be. But we'll see. Okay, I'll speak to everyone later.
Sam?
Ta-ta.
Yep. Take care, everyone. Have fun.
Bye.
Alrighty. I'm exhausted. There was a lot to juggle there in terms of NPCs and all sorts of other things. But thank you anyone who dropped by. Aka V Chi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name. You're probably not there anymore, seeing as it was 3 hours ago. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And if you're not there, I still appreciate it. And everyone else who chatting in chat and you know, discussing that sort of thing and hopefully enjoying yourselves. I hope everyone did enjoy themselves. But yeah, I'm drained is the word I would use. But I'm happy with where it ended and how it ended. I think hopefully everyone had a good time. I think they did. And yeah, we'll see you in the coming weeks. You deserve a very restful Saturday after this, my friend. Amazing job. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But after this, Marco, you're obviously part of it. We'll have in a few weeks' time, I'm sure, we'll have Tales of Almuri, Kingbreaker, where we will explore a new tale, a new adventure, a new campaign, a new story. 3 sessions long, where we'll explore a certain something event that may occur. Now prepare for Sunday. Oh, trust me, that's already prepared for. So yeah, I'm going to rest, as Marco says. I'm just going to chill today for the rest of today. But thank you again for everyone that's still stayed by, stuck by, whatever it might be. Oh, my good friend, our Reist comes in with 5 subs. Thank you very much. I don't have my alerts on because of the game, of course. But thank you so much for the sub, for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. I think that brings us over 20 subscribers, which is crazy. Though I will say an anomaly because I've had 10 gifted subs from 2 people. But thank you so much, my friend, mate. I'm exhausted. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you throughout the week, I'm sure. If not, it'll be Thursday. But thank you, my friend. Thank you. I can't stop saying thank you. I'm gonna go. I appreciate it once again. But I'll see probably the majority of you tomorrow in some fashion, whether it's in game or in stream. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Hope you have a good day, night, evening, or morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I hope it's good. And you can look at my exhausted face one last time. And cat.